for our audio podcast for iTunes. And we are going to be going live here to our stuff. We got 18 people watching, 15 likes, and a bunch of people in chat. Shane, you can keep up with the chat, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, we're going live.
Hey, love my chatter.
You are live. You know what? That is the best part of this week. Every Monday we go live, and it's so nice to be able to be here with all my friends, family. I mean, this feels more like a family podcast. I hope you all agree, because if you don't, well, I'm going to mute you, and you won't tell me that it's not like family. Welcome everybody. I believe that we are live now. So can you hear me okay, or did my internet go crazy? You can hear me okay?
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right, good deal. Welcome everybody. My name is Sean Simons. It says your internet is unstable. Oh man, I hate when that happens. Oh, I know. My wife is watching Netflix out there. Come on, stop watching Netflix. What? Not the Netflix.
Again.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Sean Simons, PPG Grandpa. Welcome to PPG Grandpa's Paramotor podcast. Because we have this big panel here, and a lot of people that are now on the channel and are on the podcast. It's not just PPG Grandpa's Paramotor podcast. No, it's clearproptv.com. And that's another thing, guys, is that every week you can just type in clearproptv.com and it'll go to our next show. You don't have to search for us anymore or figure out where we are. We have figured out how to actually use the link, put it up there, and you'll be able to see it all the way in advance, all the way up to our last people that we have right now. March 1st, we have PPG Smoke that is going to be a guest, but that will come a little bit later. So just remember, ClearProp TV will get you to our podcast every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time or 8 p.m. Eastern. I did say that right? I hope so, because, you know, after all these years of doing this podcast, I should know that by now. Anyways, we have a great show for you tonight and a lot of giveaways. So please say hello in the chat. Our wonderful JP Tulo from jptulo.com is going to be putting your name in the chat or in the spinning wheel thing. You can always find his shenanigans over at JP Tulo. He is our resident IT guy. He is a paramotor pilot and absolutely amazing. So thank you very much. We appreciate you, JP. As always, we have Linda Anderson from ParaMomUSA.com. She is our cheerleader, and she's going to cheerlead everybody because that's just the type of person she is.
You know, I just get overly excited.
that's
Monday nights
awesome.
are like, yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about, you know, being excited. It's awesome. We also got Mark and Amy George from Parachick.com and Parasmith. They're going to be giving away a t-shirt tonight, which is really awesome. And also a quick to mix bottle that you can mix your two-stroke oil in, and even a sticker. I mean, there's just so much that people are giving away. I love it. We have Tommy Mosley in the house from ppgtommy.com. Make sure you run over to his channel and hit subscribe and like. And he's my buddy over here in Arkansas. We do some fun XCs. We also got some Kevin Can Fly at kevincanfly.com. He's going to be giving away something today, so make sure that you say hi to kevincanfly.com. I guess we need to get a PPG Kevin for you, you know, just because, you know, it just flows. We also have PPG Shane from Never Trust a Skinny Chef Shane.
What's up?
He's our resident cook. He's a damn good cook. Matter of fact, he also has a show on Tuesday nights you might want to check out. And you can get him at ppgshane.com. He's also our comedian, and he's going to keep track of our chat. So make sure you say hi to Shane. We also got the famous, the infamous Brian Hey Bill Waller. You can find him at ppgbrian.com. If you don't know him, go to ppgbrian.com. Check him out. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we have an amazing guest, Aly. You can find her information at paramotorguest.com. So for the next week, if you want to figure out, you know, what her YouTube channel is, just go to paramotorguest.com. Tonight, it's all about the Aly. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I love the background. That's like tie-dye background.
It's just missing the glitter.
That's awesome. Um, we talked a little bit before the show started, and you were telling me about some really interesting things that are going on in your life, and we are going to cover them. We're going to run over a couple things that we talked about, so I hope that people will remember and say, "Hey, wait a minute! We said that she what face planted? What? No, Allie doesn't face plant." So you said that you face planted sometimes. Um, I'm not sure how many times. I guess we're going to talk about that a little bit. But the cool thing is, you've been flying for a year and a half. You went over to Aviator, so you got some really good training. And now you're a flight assistant over at One Up. This is going to be a really good show, and I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been a crazy wild ride.
So, real quick, give us a little bit of background of who you are and how did you get into paramotors?
Ooh, see, that's the question I don't really know how to answer. So I am just a really boring person who went to school for a degree that I never actually used. I thought I was going to run a hotel or a restaurant or something boring like that. I got into paintball back when I was in high school and college, and I thought, man, what a great life. And it's kind of like a gypsy lifestyle. I mean, you travel and you play and you meet all these basically, I mean, they're homeless people. They live in their cars. So not much different than paramotoring, right? Um, I loved it. It was cool. It was an exciting time. And then I met the Farewells back when I was in high school, maybe. Um, Needed a job and met Eric and picked up a job at Aviator, starting out part time and went full time. A couple months later, I end up going, or I picked up full time a couple months after working there. They taught me to fly, and now a couple months ago, I left and I was like, I'm going to go do this retirement plan thing and work a real job. And yeah, that lasted a couple months. Now I'm back at One Up Adventures and working towards being an instructor, and just got my tandem certification and my ASC BFI. So I'm actually able to help others get tandem certified now. So I am full time at One Up Adventures, and oh my goodness, I am so excited.
Okay, that's really cool. So you went to Aviator to work, not to actually learn how to fly.
No, I had zero interest in learning to fly. I was cool with going on a tandem flight, but I didn't want to learn how to fly. I was like, yeah, it's not for me. I'm scared of heights.
You know what? I've heard that from a lot of people saying that they're afraid of heights. Real quick, a shout out to Kent Stamey. He donated $20 in the super chat. We appreciate you. And here's something for you guys. We got a couple of big prizes that we're going to give away, and those big prizes are for anybody that donates at least $1 in the super chat. So if you want to, I guess it's more like a raffle. So go ahead and send me a dollar sticker, or something in the super chat, and you'll be in the second wheel for the big prizes that we're going to draw tonight. Man, you know what? One of the days I would love to be able to go over to Aviator and check it out. I was down over in Florida, did an SIV course, hung out with Shane, but didn't get my training over there. How did you like working there? And I guess that's the perk of working there. You get to fly. Tell us a little bit about the training and what do you think about it?
So I didn't really get the traditional training because I was working there and I was full time. I was working the warehouse. I started off in warranties and then ended up picking up. I don't know. I didn't teach. I did a lot of other cool things: shipping, receiving, ordering, everything. So when I was finally able to fly, I was sitting in on a Saturday like intro class for the students coming in, and they asked me, a student didn't show up. You want to sit in on this class? I guess so. So I sat in on the class, and I didn't even make it through the first week before I was leaving the state to go fly in, I think, Virginia. And Ross actually traveled up to Virginia. We went to the Overland Expo, and he launched me while I was up there. So that was my like third flight in another state. My next couple flights were back in Florida, and then I was in Georgia for the next one, and it was like flight number 8 or flight number 10. So within my first 10 flights, I had flown in 3 states. My training just wasn't the traditional flight training, but I think that I learned more that way. And my training never really did stop. I always had somebody helping me. It was pretty cool, and I loved what I did at Aviator. I really like to work.
Wow. That sounds really good. Now, you said that you've been in what, 3 different states flying? Is that the total amount of states that you've flown so far?
No, I have I have it hanging in the van. I don't know how many states I've hit now, but it's a handful. Not done traveling yet, but yeah, within the first 10 flights, I had hit 3 states.
Wow. And since you're a gypsy, I suppose that's what you are, and you got a group going on. What's this para-gypsy that you were talking about earlier?
So while I was at Aviator, everybody knows Alex. He was the head mechanic at Aviator. Anybody who doesn't work on paramotors, who needed help working on paramotors, has called Alex at some point or another. And Alex and I sat down one day, and after our trip to Virginia, we're like, I wonder what we could create that, encompasses everybody that travels to fly paramotors. And we started this Paragypsies, and it was actually kind of a joke at first, and now it's totally caught on, and we have Paragypsy trips almost every month. And it could be here in Florida or it could be out of state, but it's growing and it's huge. And we're like, hey, we started this Facebook group just to kind of be like, this is where we're going. Who wants to tag along? So it's kind of cool.
Wow. Real quick, anybody in the panel that wants to ask Aly any question? You have any questions for her before we move on?
I got one. Oh, actually, I actually have a statement. Up until now, I didn't really regret starting a family and going to work for 30 years. And I'm kind of jealous of Aly's decision. I absolutely am jealous of this idea of just working just to get by enough. And, oh, man, going all over the place and flying. I've been flying for over a year now, and I think I've got 3 states. That's it. But, yeah. I really I find Aly just inspirational, to be honest with you.
And I have pet bunny rabbits to take care of.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Aly's one cool chick. I met her when I was training down at Aviator, and she had just learned how to fly then, and ordered her pink paramotor. Everything she's got is pink. That's pretty cool. That's cool. I like blue. But yeah, she's cool. She helped me put together my paramotor, helped me break in the engine, was a very big part of what goes on or what went on at the time at Aviator. And she's rocking it. I mean, she's out there flying trikes. She's, got her certification. She's going to be teaching people how to tandem. I think maybe Brooke is getting ready to be in one of your classes in a week. So he's pretty stoked. He can't quit talking about it.
We're excited for that.
Yeah, she lives a very, very envious lifestyle, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, I'm jealous. We got a super chat in the chat there, Sean.
Yeah, super
So
chat.
I've got a 2-part question for you, Aly, and these are always my pretty stock questions. But number one, when you went from never touching equipment to making it easy days for you, what was the most frustrating part of your learning process?
So the most frustrating part for me was I could not land on my feet to save my life. And when I did, it was so painful that I was ready to quit. I started off with really rough tows because it's really hard to tow somebody that's lightweight. And it was frustrating because I just couldn't land. I didn't know how to, that everybody that trains a paramotor student knows that they jerk down the pressure and balloon and land hard. But that lasted about 6 months for me. So I wasn't breaking equipment, but it was frustrating because I kept landing on my face. And I can't tell you how much blood I have on my wing from like dragging myself across the runway or in the dirt. I think that that's actually what made me stay in, because I refused to let it beat me.
There you
And
go.
that was a really bad reason to stay in, but I'm so glad I did now. That was the most frustrating part. I could not land.
And then part number two, now that you've experienced both Aviator and One Up, how would you compare their differences or similarities?
They're both really awesome in different ways. You know, I really don't have anything bad to say about either of them.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, no,
Who's
it's
your
really-
favorite son? Huh?
Right. Yeah,
Who's your
exactly.
favorite? Put her on the
Which
spot, Kev.
hand do
Come on,
you
man.
not bite right here? Like,
no, it's really cool. I learned a lot from both of them. You know, I worked for both of them now, and One Up is really new for me. I I didn't expect to get back into the paramotor world, and especially not working in it again. And I probably fly more now than I did working at Aviator, and I'm not even near the airport, so it's kind of cool. I don't know. I don't really, there's no huge difference between them. You know, Aviator is a huge name. One Up is building their name. We're more adventure, advanced training, and you know, with One Up or with Aviator, it's a lot of beginner students. So it's
so
got
that would probably be the big difference between the two schools is One Up does a little bit more of the advanced side of things, whereas Aviator is more on the student beginner side of things.
And I think with One Up, you know, we have beginner classes. We just finished a beginner class in Wauchula, and it was paired up with Fly My out of Michigan. And then we have one in February and one in March. So we're teaching out of Wauchula, and it is beginner students. And to me, it's really cool to be out in the field and actually teaching. I didn't have much of that at Aviator. I was more on the back end, and I helped people fix motors and, you know, buy things. And so it was, I loved what I did. Now I get to do that, and I get to be out in the field, and man, I love being out in the field. I
Will
love to
your
be out.
will your new job allow you to travel abroad for some of these projects?
Think
So
probably
that is what
require
One Up Adventures is based on, is traveling. And we have, you know, we're talking about several different trips right now, and I'm super excited when we get all of the details worked out to get that announced. So it's looking like a really great year.
And then I gotta ask, how is your knee doing since you've been riding around the quad and then staying off of your feet a little more?
Yeah, I gave that up. I didn't give it up, but when with traveling, I'm like, I can sleep next to a foot launch motor. I can't sleep next to a quad in the van. So I am actually doing really well. I started running again. I realized I was having issues with my Ironman training. I pushed too hard in too short a time. So I'm back at square one and training all over again. But I am foot launching again.
Jeez.
All right. We have a couple questions in the chat. Mark H wants to know, Aly, what equipment do you fly? Motor, wing, reserve, etc.
Ooh, do they want to know what I currently own or what I actually fly? Because that's a whole big answer there.
Oh, you
Well,
can fly
depends.
somebody else's gear, huh?
This is where we start name dropping, right? You're like, well, I know all.
No, well, so it's really tough because my first motor that I purchased was a Maverick with the Atom 80. One, because you could buy it and it'd be pink. But it was lightweight and I was not landing well. So I wanted titanium so that I could just bounce it back into place and go fly again. So that's what I bought. I do carry a reserve. I carry a 120 Ozone Square reserve. I fly a Spider 3, which it's a 22 meter, so it's a bit large for me, but I love it because I can fly in really crappy conditions and still be completely comfortable. On now that I'm getting into flying trikes more, I'm flying Fly Products. So I do a lot of, let's see, the Rider with the Thor 250 motor. for tandems especially, and then we fly the triox. I'm a big ozone fan. I feel super safe on ozone. We do have a reserve on that machine as well. And then I fly a Pluma quad, the Adventure Pluma quad, and that has the 185 on it. And I fly that in a Speedster 3. So it just depends on the day and the wind and how lazy I feel or how adventurous I feel. Those are the three main setups.
I
All
want to
right.
get one of those Speedster 3s. I've heard so much about them. It sounds like they are pretty fast. Real quick in the chat, we have another person that has donated $10 to Super Chat. Tyler Vowles. I hope I said your last name correctly. Totally appreciate that. So now we got two people right now that's donating the Super Chat. So they are entered into the big prize drawing that we are giving away here in about half an hour or so. So say hi in the Super Chat if you want to be in the regular spin. If you want to go for the bigger prizes, send a couple bucks in the Super Chat and you will be entered into it. So how many wings, Aly, have you flown since you've been flying?
Okay, so I've flown one BGD wing. I flew the Luna. I flew two APCO wings, and I've flown the Mojo 2, the Speedster, the Spider.
So all of them.
Yeah, all of them. Which
Wow.
wings
Set
have
a
you
wing
not
in front of
flown?
me, and it's in my skill set. I'm gonna fly it.
This
I don't
this is
want it
the
to
advantage of working for two different schools is you have access to a
Everything.
lot of different wings to fly.
You do, and like BGD, we don't carry BGD wings. Fly My does fly BGD wings, and I'm curious, how do they compare? So I'm like, hey, can I fly one of your wings today? Just because I want to know the difference. I still really like ozone. I'm like totally sold on ozone.
Okay. So we have a couple questions in the chat. Todd from Resurgence PPG. You may know him, maybe. He wants to know what's your favorite place to fly around in your travels. What is your favorite place that you've gone to and you just like, I got to come back here and fly again?
I think my go-to is in Tennessee. That's one of the my favorites. But that's kind of like that's a hard one because are there people around? Are there not people around? Am I traveling by myself? Am I with? But maybe Tennessee. I think that's probably my favorite.
All right.
Todd also asked, what's your shoe size? Because he wants to make sure that your shoes match your wing. He's going to send you a new fresh pair.
Has
Uncle Todd.
ever been told that you're not supposed to ask the lady about the size of her shoes?
I always
No.
thought it was the weight. No one ever said anything about shoes. Geez, now I'm a
No, my I actually am so proud because my shoes, I just got my first pair of Solomons and they are neon green and pink and purple and they match my wing perfectly. So now he can't sit here and gripe about me not matching my wing.
He'll do it anyway. It's Todd.
He will.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. Hey, so you got your tandem rating. How long did it take for you to get that? And you are also giving tandem instruction. How does that work?
Okay. So my tandem rating I did over the span of I think a month or two. We can give ratings pretty quickly, but I didn't feel comfortable taking people up for a while, so I just took a lot longer. I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing is extremely safe, especially when I'm setting a body in front of me. Now, going through that, we go through the ASC certifications for that, and then you become a PPG wheel rated pilot as well. And you go through your tandem, you go through the wheel rating. I was already flying trikes, and I finally just went and did all of the paperwork and tested out through One Up Adventures. And now that I'm actually a BFI, I can help instruct. And Travis does all of the, Travis and Kyle are the ones that will go through most of the training, but they finally have stepped me up into being able to help train for the tandem certification.
Can I ask how much it costs to get tandem certified?
Yes, send an email to info@oneupadventures.com because or check out the website because I don't know
Okay.
that off the top of my head. Sorry.
No, that's great. That's what people want to know. Is like how to.
I asked Travis about a month ago. If I remember right, I think he said it was like 1,500 if you already have your trike ability, and then I think he said it might have been like 1,700 to do a little extra to learn the trike beforehand, but that might be wrong.
Wow. Okay. So what if you just want to do a foot launch tandem? Is that different from a trike tandem? Or how's that work?
Yes, but I don't know. I have zero interest in foot launch because I'm so tall, or so everyone's so tall and I'm so short. Where I know I'm going to tackle whoever's in front of me. So I don't know much about it.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it was something that I was thinking about. Hey, in the super chat, Mark H has donated $15 in the super chat. You are entered into the big prize that we're going to be spinning. So anybody that donates in the super chat gets to be in a second spinny thing, a second spinny wheel, to be entered into the big prize. Hey, John Wayne donated $4.99. Thank you very much, sir. You are also entered into this. Shane, was there any other questions in the chat?
No, Kevin stole the last one.
Kevin's always stealing stuff.
There's a couple people talking crap about Aly in the chat. David Wolf had nothing good to say about her. Ross Gassaway, she's a terrible pilot.
Those guys don't even fly. Like they just CG all their films. They try to like run around and post pictures with Tucker on Facebook like it matters. Those guys are
I think we should just go ahead and call out Kelby Cox in the chat. Like, it's been a while since I've seen him. Super cool dude. If you guys don't know him, you should get to know him. Awesome dude.
Kelby's a rad guy.
Get that. Nice plug.
Well, in the after show, we're going to be posting the link to come on the show here while it's still streaming live. That'll be sometime after 8 o'clock. So if you want to jump on and chat with us, hang around with us for a little bit after we give away some prizes. We open up everything to the after show. Panel, was there any more questions that we want to ask Aly?
Yeah.
I raised my hand.
Go ahead, Amy.
I was wanting to know, when did you stop face planting? What changed for you?
Good question.
Great question. I don't really know what changed, except I remember my first day of a smooth landing, and it was probably I was not consistently landing on my feet, but I had started to. So probably about 6 months in, I finally did a smooth landing, and I know that I came over. And I know Travis was in the field, and I like did a butterfly landing, ran over, and I'm like, you didn't see it, but I have to brag. Because it was the first landing that didn't hurt. I had done such a smooth, I finally figured out how to pull pressure to where it did not hurt. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to paramotor more. Show me what else I can learn. And then I was set. I loved it since. So that was
yeah, it's amazing once it clicks and you're just like, this just became amazing.
Yeah, but could it not take 6 months? That'd be great.
I went through the same thing when I transitioned from paragliding to paramotoring. I wasn't prepared for the weight transition when you land, and I drilled myself on my face more times than I can count. And it was all just learning the timing. And once I figured it out, like I said, once it clicked, it was like, man, this just became so much fun. Touch and goes everywhere you want. It just takes getting it. That's all.
It does. It was fun once I figured it out.
But I share that with you. I had face planted numerous times in my early process of learning how to fly a paramotor.
Man, the super chat just blew up, guys.
Oh, yeah?
So I wanted to ask a question, though. In all of the equipment that you've listed off, between the Pluma, the fly products, and the Maverick, and everything in between the Atom 80, the 185, the Polini, what's your favorite thing, if someone laid it all out in front of you and said, take your pick and go have fun, what would be your favorite snatch and grab?
I honestly wish that the 250 didn't weigh as much as it does, because if I could foot launch that beast, I would want to. It's a reliable motor. That's probably my favorite motor. The Atom 80 that I have is just phenomenal. It gets me off the ground in no time. But I think my most comfortable wing is a Spider, just because it's a B-rated wing. It's fast enough. I can hook up a speed bar if I want. I can do pretty much anything with it that I want, and know that, and it's collapsed on me, so I know that it can recover.
Oh yeah.
And I'm comfortable on that. But man, oh man, that Thor 250 is probably my favorite motor I've flown. Oh, that's not true. I flew the Thor 200 on a PAP, and that was fun. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So
The 202, the newer one?
no, it was the older one. I was
Oh,
flying
okay.
Bobby Benz, and it was just, he's like, hey, here you go, want to take it for a spin? Yes.
I saw they posted right around Christmas time the brand new woohoo Polini Thor 202 foot launch that's water cooled. And when I saw that, my jaw dropped and I went, oh, that's a nice looking motor. I know Polini's been in the go-kart game and they've been making all kinds of motors for a long time. So Polini's a great name. So I totally can understand what you mean when you say that the Polini is something that you really like.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Guys, I just looked at the super chat and it has blown up. I can't keep up with all of it. So let me go ahead and go through and thank everybody right now. Kent Stamey, thank you very much. Tyler Vowles, Mark H, John Wayne, Chris Fenmore. Did I say that right? If I didn't, I am so sorry. John Wayne again, Will Fly, Bill H again, Mark McElroy from www.paralifeppg.com. If you haven't gone over there, check that out. And Sean Dorr, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. He said, clear prop. Everyone remember to always do a thorough pre-flight. Spring is coming. Chuck Johnson just donated also. I cannot keep up with all y'all. Everybody has donated is going to be in the drawing. We have 2 big prizes, and we thank you very, 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 very much. You guys are helping out on buying prizes. You're helping out on mailing the prizes out for the winner. So thank you so much, everyone. I totally appreciate y'all. Anybody in the?
I got a question for Aly.
Yes, Brian.
So you said you didn't have the traditional training process at Aviator, but yet I'm sure that you got to work with all of the instructors at some point. For me, the first time I got away from Aviator and I flew at home by myself and something happened, there was always that instructor you heard in your ear that you heard over and over at Aviator. And I was just curious if you had one that was that instructor for you.
I would lie if I didn't tell you that Fletch saying pressure,
Yes.
pressure, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, Fletch, but hearing Big Mike, man, and AJ, all those guys, just are a great group of people. You were, I feel like you were very lucky to be able to work with that group of people. I was very lucky to be able to train there. Got my new hat today, shout out. But yeah, I'm glad to be down here. I hope we get to fly together while I'm down. It's super windy right now. It's like gusting 30 miles an hour today down here. No good at all.
I'll be out there.
Awesome.
I need to take a trip to Florida and go fly with you guys. Jim CR120 donated. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And also Jim Steinard. Did I say that right? I'm so sorry if I didn't.
So I've got another question for you, Aly. Now that you've flown around the area, do you prefer the beach flying or do you prefer the inland flying of Florida?
Beach flying is cool. I mean, it's enjoyable, right? Everybody dreams of flying at the beach, but you get to go one way, that way, and that way. That's it. You're done. You can fly all day. Sure, it's great, but in a straight line. So I get bored. I'm more of a cross country flyer. I want to be able to get up and go and fly and spend over an hour flying. There's actually a guy, Manuel, he flies up in Davenport, and he doesn't, he's a really super shy guy as far as getting to know people. He's a very nice guy, but I found him online somewhere because there was a group of people flying north of where I live, and I'm like, I want to meet these new people and fly up there because it's closer to where I live. And I met him, and I flew with him once, and it's headed up towards the Orlando area. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is what I want to fly for. That was way more exciting for me. The inland is probably more exciting. Beach is pretty, beach is cool, but not for every day.
That freedom to go places more so than to just play locally kind of a feel.
Yeah.
Right on.
And like, I fly Lake Wales almost every day. And so I'm like, okay, what are we going to do tomorrow? What's next? How do we fly somewhere new?
Do you plan on like flying all 50 states?
I mean, that's the goal, right?
Yeah, I think so. Eric Lear in the super chat donated $20 from me and the bird. Thank you very much. We totally appreciate you guys.
Now, for those of y'all,
Go ahead.
yeah, for those of y'all that don't know, she does more than just fly paramotors. You should see her van build project. So she has basically built her out a custom van to travel and live out of. It's pretty sweet. She does some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, you sold your car and you just have the van and you just travel in the van, right?
I do. Yep. I was a big Subaru ambassador. I used to go to car meets, car shows, street racing, things like that. And so when I got the van, I always said I'm never going to be one of those van people. Well, it started to become more appealing because I wanted something that could travel, and I looked into little teardrop trailers, and I'm like, can't even change in there. I'm not going to take one of those because I could pull that behind the Subaru and still keep the sporty little car. Which the car was purple because we wrapped it, and it was like the love of my life, and it has a star inside headliner that we put in with all of the fiber optics. So selling that car was
cutest little cross trek on the planet. I love it.
It was not cute. It was not cute.
It was, from my standpoint, it was cute. I had a 400 horsepower wheel WRX, so your car was cute for me, but so I still love Super.
You telling me my car is cute is like me telling you your car is cute. It's painful.
You're absolutely right, and I would agree that my car was cute. It was cute in a great way.
Well, now that you're living out of a van, do you live down by the river somewhere?
Yes. Well, I did yesterday. Today, no, but yesterday.
That's perfect.
So is your van a ProMaster? Because I heard that everyone that travels has to have a ProMaster. That's like the one thing.
ProMaster. It is, and we laugh about it because the thing is, all these guys, they make fun and they're like, "Hey, put the free candy sign on the outside or ice cream." For the ladies, all you have to do is say free 10mm sockets.
10 mils found here.
Craig, we got a couple more questions in the chat.
I just saw the one from Craig Taylor. What was Aly's first cross country, and with who and where?
It was from Lake Wales to Wauchula with Fletch. It was like 30 or 40 degrees, which if you don't know, Florida people don't handle anything under 70. So Fletch and I did a one-way flight down to Wauchula, and Ross was a trooper, and he drove down and picked us up and brought us back. There was no way I was getting back on the Paramotor to fly anywhere else.
That sounds like a typical spring day around Oregon.
That sounds terrible.
I guess the question is, what's the coldest you've ever flown in?
36 degrees.
Yikes.
And you won't do that again?
I'm not going to say never, but I don't have any desire
one
to do
way.
it.
She'll only do it one way, and then she'll have to be picked up in a warm van. That's how she'll do it.
I think that I want to be able to be on wheels so you don't have to land on your pins and needles on your feet when you.
On your cold, dead, unused feet. Yeah.
Yes, it hurts so bad. I'd rather take a face plant.
Your heels feel like they're on fire the minute they touch the ground. You're just like, oh God.
Yeah, I think I was in tears when I landed. I did a squeal.
I was going to ask, how do you prepare? How do you dress for a cold weather flying? Because I know all the guys talk about, oh, you know, the heated socks, heated gloves, and Mark has all of these vests and everything else to keep his whole body hot from head to toe.
So I did get to fly with heated gloves and a heated vest for the first time like a month ago. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. But so I had a tank top, smart wool, heated vest, down jacket, and then a windproof jacket. And then for pants, I wear smart wool, sometimes leggings, then jeans, then ski pants. So I mean, like, I look like an Eskimo. It's great. I love it.
And you fly with gloves too?
Heated gloves. I didn't wear the liners.
Do you take off with the gloves, or do you put them on after you start to fly?
So those I took off with. If I fly with just like regular gloves on, I don't take off with them. I don't like the feeling of gloves.
Gotcha. Shane, was there any other questions in the chat? I didn't mean to step over you like that.
No, between you and Kevin, you guys are doing a great job. I'll just be over here being funny.
You should be cooking.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Aly. On your launching, do you have a preference? Do you like reverse launching over forward launching or vice versa?
I prefer forward launching. I've only ever reverse launched 2 or 3 times. I can do it. I just haven't done it enough.
How do anybody in the panel here, a quick question, how do you determine, for the newbies out there, when to do reverse launch and when to do a forward? What is your decision making for that?
Kevin?
For me, it's simple. It's whenever there's enough wind to do it. I personally prefer a reverse launch. So if there's enough wind to reverse launch, I'm going to reverse launch. That's my preference. But
I will second that.
Given the question, if it's not enough wind to drag you backwards, then forward launch. If it's dragging you backwards, then you might want to turn around and reverse launch.
I'm the same as Kevin. I prefer reverse launching over forward launching. It's much easier.
You just see the whole wing. When you reverse launch, you see everything. You see the lines, the tips, everything's there to do one last, your eyes, perfect inspection as the wing comes up. So if there's a stick tangled in it, or your wingtip snags a tuft of grass and doesn't want to come up right, you're already looking at it to correct it.
To me, yeah.
If it's a preference, I would forward launch on an absolute nil win day, because that's just you in the wing, and you can't blame anybody or anything for a failed launch. It's just your technique.
It's either commitment or not commitment. That's what happened to me. I learned reversing over forward because of the time of year I learned, and I mastered the reverse. But then when it came to forward, I would get the wing up, and I was so used to reverse. You pull it up, you control it, you get control of it, you turn around, you take off. But in forward launching, you've got to get the wing up, and then you got to commit and you got to run. And that's where I had a problem. I failed so many forward launches because of that.
I like to refer to it as the danger commitment. So it's like, you just got to commit to the danger 100% until it's not working, and then uncommit 100%. Anytime you wander the middle ground is when lines get chopped or props get broke or people trip and fall. That's when the bad things happen. At least that's been my experience.
I have a question. I have a question in the chat from Todd from Resurgence PPG. Not necessarily a stop. Don't read the chat. Stop reading the chat. You just got to be surprised by the questions. What is Aly's favorite adult drink to make for family and friends?
There's a backstory here, and I feel like Todd should be the one sharing it.
I'm going to take a stab. Hold on, before anyone answers, I just got to take a guess, and I'm just going to go ahead with say it's the song that everyone needs a pina colada and dance in the rain.
No.
Maybe we all need to guess before she tells us. Maybe we all need to guess before she tells us. What's the guess before she tells us what her favorite adult beverage is?
If I had a second guess, I would say Todd's favorite adult beverage is a daiquiri, strawberry.
Nothing wrong with sweet drinks.
Todd's a big guy. If he sees me, he'll pound me into the ground. So I probably should be nice.
Any other guesses
I was
before she
thinking
tells
something
us?
pink since she has, likes pink. So I was thinking something pink and fruity. I don't know.
Something tells me she's going to say, 151 shot or something.
Hibiscus blast.
All right, Aly, what is the answer?
I made everybody rosemary gin gimlets.
That sounds pretty good.
Pink. I don't know.
No,
Rosemary
I've never
green.
had one of those.
it was 2 bottles of gin, so it was ouch.
I'm sorry. I got another question in the chat.
That's like the trash can punch we used to make in high school. Where you just fill one of those 5-gallon igloo water jugs full of 151 and every bit of fruit you could find, and just call it trash juice.
Sounds good.
This is a perfect question for Shane. Shane, go ahead.
So this is Chris. Question from Chris. What is Aly's planning on teaching her rabbits, forward or reverse launch?
They do the bunny hop.
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. That was funny.
Listen, I can litter box train rabbits. I don't know about teaching them to fly.
What we're going to see is we're going to see a post on Facebook with Aly having that rabbit strapped to her chest strap, and she's going to take it tandem with her. Everyone's taking dogs. We're going to have Aly with her rabbit flying.
The funny thing is I've got 2, and one is like this big and the other one's like 14 pounds. So
You have to get spreader bars for that one.
Have you ever taken an animal up with you? I mean, you're tandem rating for people. I mean, have you ever taken an animal up?
no,
Well, she did fly. She did fly with Travis, so that technically is an animal.
just so you know, Travis and Justin Fox are sitting there watching this right now, and they keep sending me pictures of them watching this show, and it's cracking me up.
Travis is one of my favorite PPG people that I haven't met yet.
He's all right, I guess.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, now you say that, Kevin, that you know he's watching.
Oh no, it's just one of those things. Travis and Eric. I mean, I kind of like Aly. She said before, I came up, watching those guys as kind of mentors myself. So I have nothing but respect for them. I think they're excellent people, and I like what they do. No bad words to say from me. I've never had a negative experience with either one of them.
Yeah, they're good people.
John Wayne said pear hair.
Hair, hair.
Hey, I got a question for Aly. All these different motors and wings you've flown, have you taken an SIV or have you considered it? And have you ever flown in some pretty gnarly conditions?
I have started flying in higher wind situations. I have flown in some really crappy conditions. I do intend on taking an SIV course, and I'm trying to get all of that planned and set up, especially around like the scheduling right now. But yes, I want to. I just have not yet.
Well, if you take it between now and next week is all about SIV courses, and the people that have taken them, we're going to have Scary Barry, Brian Waller, Shane, myself. We're all going to be talking about SIV courses. It's going to be so cool. And I want to say thank you to Tyler Vowles. Send us another donation through the super chat. I guess every time that you enter or every time that you donate, you get another spin on the wheel. I don't know how.
Another slice of pie.
There's a
Another
problem with that
pie.
because some people are doing single, very large donations, and other people are doing multiple, smaller donations. So there's a potential. I was thinking about that, so we'll circle back around to that. But I don't know if we should give everyone a slice just for the donations. But let me chew on that, and we'll get back to it.
Maybe some people should make $101 donations.
There you go. Terry Moore donated $5. gave
Thank
us
you, Terry.
a noob sticker. That's really cool. Thank you. And Tyler gave us a little bouncing something sticker. So thank you for that sticker. That's pretty cool.
I have a question for you. This is earlier in the chat. I forgot who mentioned it because I've been kind of waiting to work this in when everybody's talking. But you're talking about flying 10 flights in 3 states in the beginning. So someone asked, what are your plans for where you're going to be flying this summer?
Well, Florida is always summer. So hopefully flying up north in the actual summer so that it's not so darn hot. Also, launching in cooler air is way, way more enjoyable. I'm hoping to get up north. I just don't know exactly where. If they do the Dave Purdon flying again, for sure, that's where I want to be. Maybe make it as far up as Michigan, go visit the guys that I'm working with for the next 2 months. I'm not really sure yet. We'll see. I do know I want to be up north.
You ever plan on flying someplace other than the United States?
Oh, yes. Yep. Working on that right now.
Ooh, like Mexico or Canada or even further?
Um,
She doesn't want to tell you she's going on the Iceland trip.
What's an Iceland trip? What?
So every year Scout does the infamous Iceland trip. It was just a joke. I was just teasing.
I would love to go on a trip someplace other than the United States. I think I've only flown in 4 different states so far, but I definitely want to fly a lot more. I mean, look at this. I mean, Allie's been flying for a year and a
Costa
half.
Rica.
Actually, she's been flying longer than I have, and she's flown a lot more states than I have. And I can't let her do that. I got to go and fly some states too. We are rolling up on 8 o'clock Central Time. Allie, how long can you chat with us tonight?
Well, it's like close to bedtime, so probably not crazy late, but I am around.
Okay. So we'll continue this the podcast. Ask you some more questions. Panel, any other questions, or in the chat, any other questions for Allie?
Well, I do. No one's really mentioned it, but so the whole thing, I know there's people out there wanting to learn new techniques and things like that. And some people are still working on things that have been flying, close to 2 years. They still land on their palms, not necessarily their face, but have trouble with their feet. So what would be some advice you would give for people who are new or still trying to master certain techniques that newbies should already have mastered the first year or so?
Honestly, if it's something that they have available to them, I would go to an instructor and have somebody watch them fly. A lot of times people will complete their class and they'll go fly by themselves and they'll never get better because they're flying by themselves and there's no one around to critique them. That was one of my biggest helps, was when I realized, hey, I'm finally landing on my feet. How do I get better? And I was asking those questions. I was around people that could help me. So that was I think that's my biggest advice. Even if no one's around, if somebody sets their phone out, records themselves coming into land or taking off, and sends it off to an instructor, they can find out a lot just from that.
Didn't even think about that. That's pretty good advice.
I think that goes back to that whole "you don't know what you don't know" thing. So if you don't know you're doing it wrong, then you don't know how to fix it.
Right. And what wing do you recommend for newbies or people who are having trouble landing on their feet?
I would say an A-rated wing. I'm not gonna really say that one wing is better than the other. I'm comfortable with flying students on a Mojo because it doesn't really induce oscillations. It's the new Mojo especially has that shark nose technology, so it's easy to inflate. It does have some trimmers. It's got about 3 inches of trimmers on it, which is really cool to teach somebody how to use the trim system. And it's not a big set. So like on C-rated wings, you got like 12 inches of trimmers, so it doesn't throw them in at a dynamic wing, but it does show them how the wing works. And it Mojos want to fly. And what's nice about that is, you can go into oscillations, and if you hands up and just don't mess with it, it'll level itself out. And I think that that's probably what I would recommend for anybody new coming in.
Did someone say that Will Fly had a question? Was his question answered?
No, he asked, what was the scariest something? Hold on. Before the rabbits learning to fly. Scariest moment you've experienced while flying. I had a really, really, really scary moment. It was probably about 6 months ago, and I was out flying by myself on an evening. It was a summer day, so really in Florida, summer evenings are super questionable, not really flyable usually, or if they are, you should expect thunderstorms, gust fronts, things of that sort. I learned a lot about my own level of like that internal pre-flight before, because I checked the weather 3 times before going out, and I was like, well, I don't see anything on the radar. I'm going to go fly. And it's crazy because I had actually let 2 people know that I was going to go fly, and they kept saying, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, it's fine. It's great. I got out there. I took off. On takeoff, I got hit with a gust front, and it had collapsed my wing, and I was 10 feet away from power lines by the time I reinflated, and I was 20 feet off the ground. And it was probably the scariest thing I had ever experienced, and hopefully the only scary thing like that I experienced. I had it on video, and I got down, I landed, I didn't think anything of it at the time except, oh wow, cool, save that. Couple days later, I realized, oh my goodness, I almost died. And I showed it to one of my instructors, and they were in consensus that it was one of those moments where it was a miracle that the wing opened up like it did to save me. So yeah, it was pretty scary, but I learned a lot. I learned not to go out if you're asking yourself if it's flyable 3 times. And there was a hailstorm that evening.
So after that story, I gotta ask, do you prefer Pampers or Huggies?
Depends.
Anything that comes in adult size.
Wow.
It's a good thing you wore your brown pants for that flight.
Well, and it's the crazy thing about it was I wasn't scared at the time. I just knew, okay, I'm going down. I can't throw a reserve. There's nothing I can do. Try to get the wing to reinflate. Here's a power line. Here's the highway. And here's the ground. Like, everyone's going to sit here and watch me die. This is it. And the wing reinflated. I came in, I landed, took a deep breath, and said, okay, I'm going to go home now.
Well, that's the one sobering thing about flying that you can only experience after you've gone flying, is when things aren't going right, you have actual time to consider how bad everything's really going to suck when it does. And it's amazing. It's like guardian angels that just sort things out for you sometimes. And you're just like, time to go have a cold beer and rethink this one.
The sobering moment was coming home. I had talked to my parents. I walk into their driveway, and my face, I guess, was still white. I mean, I just was completely numb, didn't feel anything. And they're like, how was your flight? I was like, it was short. Are you okay? I think I almost died. And I just kind of like walked past them, and they just kind of were like, oh, did ya? Okay. So yeah, that was, man, what a lesson learned that was for me.
Absolutely. We have 2 people raising their hand, Tommy and JP. What's going on?
Go ahead, Tommy. You had your hand up first.
Yeah, the reason why I chose paragliding over paramotoring was the same reason I chose paragliding over hang gliding. If you wanted to travel, it's much easier to go do free flight. Do you have any free flight in your plans, or is that something that you're not interested in?
Oh, I very much want to do free flight. I think that's probably, paramotors are amazing and they are a pure form of flight, but I think paragliding has its own struggles, and I'm super excited to figure out how to do it.
Any
Yeah,
plans
just
on where you want
like
to go?
everything else, it's paragliding has its own skill set. Foot launch has its own skill set. Trike has its own skill set. They're all one and the same, but they all have their own subtleties that make each of them their own art. It's really amazing.
I want to do it in Italy. So
Don't we
one of
all?
the plans, well, see, that's the nice thing about One Up Adventures, right? We plan trips, and Italy is one of the top locations that we go to.
Oh,
And
if you ever get the chance to go fly the Dolomites, it's one of the most life-changing experiences you'll ever see. Not that I've done it, but I've seen all the videos of it, and it's one of those, I will do it before I die. I will go and fly the Dolomites.
that's awesome. Yeah, Lake Garda, I think, is where they do everything. So it's
Yep.
kind of cool.
That's where there's like all kinds of fun stuff that goes there, because the afternoon glass off is just as it sounds. It's glass off. You get 9,000 feet of hands off flying, and you can literally do wing overs, whatever you want, and just climb right back up without any effort. It's really like an amazing feeling.
That's awesome.
Hey, real quick, screenshot time.
Oh, yes.
If everyone is able, can you lower your hand, Tommy? Just so that's not in the thumbnail.
Gotta be smarter than what you're working with, bro.
That's perfectly fine. You go ahead, leave your hand up, no problem.
I'll just high five it in the picture. There we go.
It gives it character.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't work.
No, it did.
I
There we
was
go.
ready.
Oh, come on. Ready?
Oh,
One more time. Ready?
All right.
Okay.
Cheese.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, I can breathe.
I like that, Amy. I gotta try that next time.
Which one? That.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Allie, I got a couple of things I'd like to hit on with you. One, you mentioned those shoes
You're
that you bought.
married, you shouldn't be hitting on her.
No hitting on the guests. Come on now.
Should I go in there and hit him real quick then?
Do it. Go kick him real good and hard. He deserves
She's
one.
smarter than that.
Here she comes. You better watch it.
Can you hear me?
It's gonna be a bucket of cold water right on the back of his head. You watch. That's all right. I joke all the time. I always say that Allie's my favorite unicorn in people.
Hey, can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we're waiting for you to say something.
Oh, well, there go. Well, she's.
Daggone.
Hey,
See, I'll
quit.
call CPS. Spousal. Oh, wait,
I
that's for
am.
children. Never mind.
No, Allie, I had two things. Those shoes that you talked about, you got. I'm interested in those. Tell us more about those. And then also, you've flown a number of different wings because you've had the ability to, and you've been able to meet up with all these other people. When you're changing wings and you're changing from A to B's and different kind of dynamics of the wings, when you're changing and you first fly that wing, kind of go over that with some of these guys. You know, the first time I changed wings, Kyle Oakley misunderstood which wing I had bought, and he said it's going to fly just like the wing you trained on. So the first thing I did when I got in the air and got off the ground is I pulled my toggle just like I normally would, and I dang near did a wing over, and it scared the crap out of me. I mean, I looked up and my throttle hand was just shaking, and I couldn't even stop it. I was like, man, he told me this was going to fly like my other wing. And I said, this ain't nothing like my other wing. You know, so I learned right then not to pull the brake down on a new wing like I normally do, you know. So can you hit on that?
Yeah. So, anytime that a new wing is handed to me, I ask a lot of questions. What is it rated? How does it compare to the wing that I'm currently flying? Because whoever's handing me this wing knows a lot about wings usually. They're dealers or they're instructors. So to me, I don't know about APCO. I know about ozone. I know about ozone. Ozone's my biggest wing-based knowledge. So if somebody's handing me something, I ask a lot of questions. I ask how it compares. I also ask if the brakes or the tip steering is tied in. How does the trimmer range react? Where do I need to be at neutral? I want to fly it at neutral to see, what it compares to at the basic level. And then you can start trying out new things. Kiting it is always important. Get a feel for what it's like when it's bouncing around in the air, especially if it's rowdy air. You can see, oh, that it collapses easily. Well, that's good to know before you get up in the air. So I fly pretty gently when I'm flying a new wing, and then, add in more and more with time.
What about those shoes?
So the Solomons here in Florida are apparently a big thing. So I had found a really cheap pair, and they just happen to be the color of my wing, and they're obnoxious, and I love them because they're bright and colorful and just missing glitter.
You could add glitter with some glue and some glitter.
I could, but yeah, they're pretty, and they stink so bad right now from the morning wet grass and feet sweat.
So what is the whole thing about these shoes? Since my husband brought up what about these shoes, and someone talked about shoes, and Mark McElroy sent me a picture of, here's some shoes for you, or boots, whatever, to go with my new unit, my orange. They're orange shoes. He's like, you need these. I'm like, I don't think I'm wearing those orange shoes. I don't know. So am I missing something? There's this new thing going on about shoes and everything and what we're wearing on feet to fly.
You are missing out. Todd Scandrett from Resurgence PPG likes to make sure that your shoes match your glider. That's the rule, right? So your wing should match your shoes should match your wing, vice versa. It doesn't matter if you paint it on or you buy them that way. And he will shame you until your shoes do match your wing.
I was just going to say, I think the more accurate statement is that Todd's going to make fun of you until your shoes match your wing.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go get me some orange tiger stripe shoes, because I got the orange because I want to be visible, plus my high school alma mater, the Texas High Tigers. We're gonna put tiger stripes on this thing, so I guess I need some tiger shoes. I don't know.
I was waiting for you to say, because they're great.
Hey, we are great. We went to the championship playoffs undefeated.
I thought you were going to say that you're trying to match Kevin's underwear with the.
The
Hey,
caution,
Kevin's underwear, no.
the caution tape.
I threatened to go in there and paint the top of it green because I was calling it the Great Pumpkin.
That's because Nadine was saying you need some green swing arms to have the Great Pumpkin, and I was like, no,
Great pumpkin, like Charlie Brown, right?
The only thing you need is you got to get some Parajet stickers that go on your prop that are the same matching color of the frame. Then it would be really, really spicy.
Hey, Allie, you were talking about wanting to do some XC. I know a guy that lives in Conway, Arkansas that has some really nice XC area to fly.
No joke.
You
I'd like to meet up with him.
I know a guy that lives in southern Alabama that's got some places you can fly to.
I know I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, don't go to Alabama. All they got is hay bales.
Yeah. Allie, you need to go see Sean in Conway. He'll take you on the spiderweb tour.
Well, but see, if she goes and flies in Alabama, she'll just break off a wheel, not her foot.
Yeah.
That's true, because she has a trike, so be safer.
Well, I have a foot launch that goes in the van with me, and it's it's pretty. That's my favorite. It's pink and shiny and glittery and has lights.
Well, here's what you do. You just trike launch in Alabama, and then you foot launch in Conway, Arkansas.
There you go.
Foot launch in both, and it's easier because I can sleep next to it because it's tiny.
See, that's where you got to talk to Gorilla about a retracted trike, because those things break down to nothing.
That was really cool. I saw that video. I'm like, I want one of those. Good old Gorilla.
The Fly Products Foxy trike does too. It breaks down
Does
real
it?
small. Yeah, it's pretty
I
cool.
just like how the retractor track, you could pull the pin and then slide the whole front half out, and it just makes it turn into basically nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The modern stuff that's coming out now is really, really cool. The last couple of years, the technology and advancements have gone from guys buying stuff at Home Depot to full fabrication of really nice stuff, carbon stuff, etc. So I'm really excited to be a part of this in the time frame we are. I mean, when I started, some of the wings were like, you might not want to fly that. and now it's like, it almost doesn't matter what you own or what manufacturer it comes from. Pretty much everything at this point is pretty good, if not great. So it's exciting to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
It
have
is.
you ever got into a acro?
Just when she collapsed her wing.
That's true. That's true. She got into some acro.
I am just now starting to work on like small things. I've been working with Travis and Kyle on, a lot of the like getting used to the feeling of small wing overs and things like that. So I'm super slow into it. I am in no rush.
That's good. That's really good. It is a little after 8 o'clock. Any
Is
other
it time for the
questions?
lazy Susan?
Yeah, any other questions for Aly before we go to the spinny wheel thing? Because Aly said that she's going to have to leave soon. So any questions for Aly in the chat or any other questions from the panel before we move on to
Not that I've seen.
Well, one thing that came to mind just now when you were asking before she left, it made me think about when I was with Nadine last. What systems do you have? What's the one thing that you always do all the time, same way, never change?
Like when I go fly,
Yeah.
take a granola bar. I always have to have snacks. Because like, listen, if you land out somewhere and you're hungry, it's going to make the situation way worse. So
A water bottle and a granola bar is your best friend when you're waiting for a ride.
You should just make the snacks,
Hey, Aly,
I'm thirsty.
I think something else that she was probably thinking about that she forgot about is we had met somebody down in Galveston, and this is a lady that flies, and she has these warning signs. She says if she gets 3 warning signs, she refuses to fly. So do you have something like that in your system that if you get a feeling or a gut feeling or it's just iffy, is there something that you always use as a warning sign that you decide I'm not going to fly today?
I actually had one of these moments the other day. I was out and we had class and the weather had turned and it was a really nice day to fly, and the guys are like, go ahead and go fly, and I was like, nope, I'm good, I don't want to. Well, it's flyable. What do you mean you don't want to fly? I was like, just not today. Either I was tired or I didn't feel good, or I just kind of call it, it's okay to not fly. I'm in Florida where almost every day is flyable. So for me, missing out on an opportunity, it's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world for me. So I'm a little more like laid back on it. Now, if I'm out of town and visiting somewhere, I would probably be a little more tough on myself and really do the pre-flight mind check, and because I'm going to want to fly every moment that I'm not here, right? So if I go to start my paramotor and I'm having issues with it, or I seem to get frustrated real easy, I'm probably not going to fly. But it really just depends, and it depends on if I'm alone or if I'm around other people. That changes my pre-flight as well. If other people are around, I'm more willing to fly tired than I would be flying by myself.
Yeah.
Do you have a pre-flight process? Do you light candles or pray to a statue or tie your shoes special or do anything that's like superstitious in any way?
No, I just eat.
Yeah, she just has her snacks.
That
No,
sounds
but
All right.
Lily Catula was saying that she has the 3 strikes rule. Anytime there's 3 things in a row, even on the way to driving to go fly, if there's 3 things, she's not going to do it. She's just done.
Is there for anyone that's in the panel specifically, not just Allie, but does anybody, do any of you guys ever do anything that would be considered, superstitious or anti-superstitious before you fly? Do you say a specific prayer or knock on the door or window or anything particular?
Well, I run
Could be.
around circles 3 times, then kiss my butt.
There we go.
Kiss it
Um,
goodbye.
and that's a good thing to talk about in the after show, which is going to be coming up right after we spin the wheel. Allie, I know that you said that you got to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for an hour and 15 minutes. We definitely appreciate you. Lots of fun things. If you want to get up with her, make sure you go to paramotorguest.com. That forwards over to her YouTube channel, Blue Sky Chasers. Is that correct?
It is.
All right. Any other .coms or Instagram places or things that you want to drop before we go?
No, I do have an Etsy store. Yeah. I don't know
Ooh.
for it.
What do you sell on your Etsy store?
Shirts, Paramotor shirts, and stickers.
Oh,
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I
Had to
didn't
make
know
them
that.
work early.
Eat.
That's cool. Yeah.
Definitely add that to the chat below. Text it to me and I'll put in the description while we're spinning. So just I guess the Zoom text.
Amy, Todd said that he found you some search. He told you to search for Kicks Tiger Print sneakers. Done deal.
I just got the message saying, found some. Yeah, he just sent the same thing. I just actually got through reading that. He found me some tiger shoes. So
You are set, Amy. You are all set, girlfriend.
I just want to tell Allie, I like
It's all
it.
about the
It was a great
connection.
show tonight. So
So,
don't you think? I really enjoyed interviewing her tonight.
It was fun.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Thank
you don't know it, but as soon as we
enjoyed seeing the female presence in the sport. It's a male dominated sport, and it's
Mhm.
awesome to see the girls
Mhm.
taking charge of it. And Allie, all of the posting and everything you've been doing, really, really stoked for all of your progress. You've been killing it.
And I did
10-4.
post the link for this show on our Paramotor Fly Girls group.
Wait, yeah, I think that group is definitely it's huge. I love it. I'm so excited about it.
Cool.
Hey, Shane.
Girls
Just
rock.
added your store link to the description down below. So if you guys want to check it out, go to the description down below. Make sure you click that paramotorguest.com. That will forward to her YouTube channel for the rest of the week until next
Cool.
week. Anything else that you wanted to chat about before we let you go?
Nope, it looks like bedtime for me.
Absolutely. Hey,
Thanks,
thank you so
Allie.
much. We
Thanks
really,
for
really
coming on.
appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks, Allie.
Have
Good
a great evening.
night.
Thanks, you guys too.
All
Hey,
righty.
thank you so much for coming on, Allie.
Always a pleasure.
Spin that wheel.
Nice.
Now-
Real.
Lazy Susan.
Now it's time. We have a bunch of different prizes. First of all, thank you everyone for sticking around and hanging out with us. Thank you for everyone that has donated tonight. You are on a special spinning wheel spin for some big prizes. We got a strobe from Far Out Strobes, and we got a Trail Tech CHT from kevincanfly.com. We
Nice.
also have our regular spins, and our spins tonight will be for PPG Smoke Lamels, Quick to Mix 2-cycle bottle, and ParaswagUSA.com sticker. A gift certificate for $25 from great3d.com. Also, paramotorspotlight.com. That is your YouTube channel or any social media link that you want forwarded from paramotorspotlight.com, where we are trying to spotlight you for a
What's
week.
up?
We also have a Paraswag USA extra large t-shirt, and we want to, this is going to be something really neat in the future. Real quick, www.carepp.com. We are getting up with them. We are making a paramotor calendar that we're going to not only give away, it's going to have coupons in it, but you guys are going to send in the pictures that you want us to put on the calendar. And then we're going to spin for the 12 best and put it out there. That's going to be coming up next week, and more information about that. Unfortunately, JP Tulo at jptulo.com, our tech guy, said he only has about 20 minutes left to spin the wheel. So we're going to be spinning the wheel quick tonight. First up is the PPG Smoke Lamels. Let me go ahead and find those real quick. What do we got? Oh, heavy box. So this is from ppgsmoke.com. I actually bought these and are giving these away because of our donations. So thank you very much. This is going to be sent out to whoever wants these for our first spin. So JP, take it away. And anything else that we want to talk about while we're spinning? Anybody have anything?
I think we should vote on these tiger shoes.
All right, here we go, guys. There we go.
Well, I guess now would be as good a time as any to revisit that question. Does anybody do anything fun or superstitious before going flying?
I always check my
Or
shoestrings. I always check my shoestrings so I don't trip over them. I don't know if that's superstition, but one time I didn't check and I almost busted my butt.
Yeah. So did y'all see the hay bale video where I saw the black cat? And I said, "Oh man, I'm not worried about that." And went flying anyway. So I don't do anything, but you know, I'm not gonna let a black cat stop me either.
Man,
The only
this
thing
is-
I do,
Jack Wallace or Adam?
I literally just put. Okay, I was gonna say, I just put Adam Giles' name in the wheel.
Jack Wallace. Whoop, whoop.
Jack Wallace and everybody else
Donated
tonight.
too.
Yay.
Woo!
First of all, let us know in the chat that you're still here and that you want them. If you don't want them, let us know to spin again for somebody else, because sometimes you already got the lamels and you're like, I don't need any more. And that's perfectly fine to donate to someone else. Is my internet okay, or is it breaking?
Yeah, you're doing just fine, Sean.
Okay, good deal.
You were talking about rituals and things like that, or superstition things. It just hit me that when Mark first started flying, before he would go, we don't really do it that much anymore, but every time before he did that first year flying, we'd always give him a kiss and always tell him, he'd say, "Wish me luck," and I'd say, "Good luck," and I'd give him a kiss before he went.
Yeah, before I leave the house, I always make it a point to kiss my girls and tell my wife I love her.
Well, this is on the field before it takes off.
My wife normally doesn't go with me to the field.
But yeah,
I'll tell you the only thing that I do, Kevin, and I do it every single time before I launch, is I close my eyes, I take a deep breath, and I clear my head, and I think about what I'm fixing to do,
Yeah.
and then I launch.
yeah.
Okay,
I would call
Jack
it
says
superstition.
that
I
he
do the
wants
same thing.
them. Jack says he wants them. All right. So Jack, email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com and let me know your shipping address. Everybody from past shows, you should have gotten your stuff in the mail by now. If you have not, please email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Let me know what show that you won and what you are missing. I think that there's something that nobody talked or nobody claimed. So
That was me.
Yeah, that was mine.
I'll send you the $100 bill right now.
Yep.
Boom.
Okay, so Jack won the lamels. Congratulations, Jack.
Congratulations.
Now we're going to spin for the quick mix. This is really great when you, I suppose, when you're out flying and you don't want to carry your big jug. Great
Jugs.
for great big jugs. This is great. It also has a sticker in it too, and you can do your oil from whatever ratio you want. So I have one of these. So thank you, Paraswag USA, that are donating this tonight. Go ahead and spin whenever you want to. Spin the wheel.
Hey Kevin, earlier you were talking about training and stuff, and it made me think about a couple things that you just did with one of your new students. when I learned with Kyle O'Glee, I was worried about getting some film of my first flight and getting my GoPro on my helmet. And he did not want me flying with a GoPro on my first flight. He says, really, on your first few flights, you need to not worry about getting aerial video. You should set your GoPro up on the side and have it video your launches and your landings. He goes, you can learn more from that than you can anything else.
I've
Right.
heard that a lot. I've heard that a
Well,
lot.
I figure, at least from my takeaway, is you got enough things going on that you don't know how to sort out on the first go around. The last thing you need to worry about is a camera or how to possibly navigate flying with your head trapped in the lines.
Exactly. That's why I still, to this day, do not put anything on my helmet. I refuse to. Here's the crap.
And
out.
I've had my strobe get snagged on my cage. I've had the strobe on my cage get snagged on a line, and all of those are what you would consider tearaway, breakaway, low snag hazards. So if all of those can have an issue, having a GoPro on your forehead as a guy who knows basically nothing without being disrespectful, it's not the way to go, at least not in my opinion. Equally, I don't like having spectators. I don't like wives being around. I don't like friends being around. I don't like people bringing their kids. You got plenty of time in the world to get to all of that. And when you're trying to learn, all of that stuff's a distraction. You don't need to tell your buddy, hey, cool, check this out. Watch me do this. That leads to bad things. When your wife is there, you might get extra nervous, and then that danger commitment starts to drop. And when you should be at 100% commitment, you're only at 70 or 80 because you have all this nonsense in the back of your head. And it then leads to an oscillating takeoff and you slamming into the dirt or something. It's always best in training to focus on the training. After training, you got the whole world to film everything you want to film.
Okay, guys, here we go for the jug mixing cup.
For the jugs. No, for the quick to mix oil gas mixer ratio thing.
For
And
the Maxima mixing cup.
yes.
I got your jugs right here, baby.
Yeah.
Jug.
Nobody needs to see that.
PMI.
To see
And
that.
this is from Paraswag USA, Mark and Amy George that are actually on the show with us today. So thank you very much for donating this. We appreciate you.
Oh,
So-
speaking of which, I got those primers in that prop shim today, Mark.
Awesome, dude.
Got Hank Litch, Bill H. Who is it going to be? Who is it going to be?
Hank,
I
Bill,
think it's gonna be
Oh
Bill.
my gosh, it's
Bill boy.
Billy.
Hopefully Bill's got his motor back together and he can use that cup.
Bill H. Email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Are you in the chat? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, he is.
He better be. He put money in the super chat. He still has other prizes to win.
I know, right? The big prizes. Bill H., I know that you're in there, so we're going to go ahead and spin. Just email me again, Bill H., and you can always let me know if you want it or if you want to donate it to the next week prizes. So that's awesome. Now we are going to give away a $25 gift card. I'm going to stop your spinning wheel real quick so we can share this so you guys can see what we got going on here at great3d.com. Okay, he has donated $25 a gift card for anything on his website. But the big thing that we're looking at is the carbon fiber plate and the carbon fiber paramotor prop spacer. So this is really awesome. This is what we're spinning for right now. It's a $25 gift card for the great3d.com. Take it away, JP.
I could tell you, I have those on my motor, the carbon plate and carbon spacer, and they are fantastic. The chamfer job, the miter cuts, there's no rough edges. It is magnificent carbon pieces.
I want to get one. I was almost thinking about, you know what? I can use this gift card and I can get them myself. Nah, I can't do that.
Nobody would ever know.
You know what? For
I'll have to wait till
$16,
payday.
that's
But you
not-
guys can get it now.
for $16. That's cheap. That's cheap. You go look at the other carbon fiber prop hubs and see how much they cost.
How much do they
Yep,
cost?
The one from Viterazzi is $50.
Yep,
For just
$51. Yep.
For just the rear spacer, for just the prop plate, not the actual spacer.
Wow, that's crazy.
JP, you got do you have JK Customs in there?
I do not.
He was in there earlier. I forgot to
It's harder than it looks, let me tell you.
no, I know. No. I'm 100
I
with
try
you.
my very best. Full disclaimer, I try my best, but if
And
I
if you guys don't know about JK Customs, he does some of the greatest woodworking that you can do and some beautiful carvings for paramotor stuff. So you should check out his website.
That's right.
Yes, and he
Exactly.
Amy, I want one of those.
You
And
want
he
one of what?
donated one of those on our show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
It turned out amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let's see this. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit like.
There was one thing he had on there. I saw it. I don't remember what it was, but I really, really liked it. It was kind of long and flat. It was really good.
Long and flat, huh?
Yeah, you're familiar with that.
Is this it?
no, I don't think it's
No,
there it is,
it
custom
looks
car.
like natural wood. You know.
There it is.
There it is.
So JK-Custom-Carves LLC does amazing work. You guys got to definitely check them out.
Yeah, see Randy, did you see Randy Aldridge? My favorite truck driver ever. He met up with JR today and got his stuff from him. The wood carving. See, we'll scroll down to that other picture real quick.
I don't remember which one it was. It was the one with the
Oh,
red,
that's beautiful.
the blue, like
Yeah,
a
Randy, and then
river.
there's he got like two of them. Yeah, it's way cool. Yeah, they actually got to meet up, and he got to meet up with them and got to pick up his stuff today. So
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Do
yeah.
you remember that one, Mark? It looked like a river or a lake. It had like blue.
Yep. That's what I want.
Yeah, it looked like a long.
I think one of those with the blue epoxy and stuff in the top, like for the clouds and everything, with a paramotor done in another color would look awesome.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hey, Brian Waller, you're about to get a puppy, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Picking him up in 2 weeks.
What you getting, Brian?
Golden Retriever puppy. He's about 6 weeks old now. We'll pick him up in a couple weeks. Pretty
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah, I call Tommy. I call him chick magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely help, bro. They definitely help. That's for sure.
And he's got those little curls on top of his head.
If you follow my stuff, I go duck hunting with mine. He's my homeboy. I like him.
That's right. I see him on there all the time. He's so sweet.
Brian, you should take your hat off more so we can see the curls on top of your head.
I wasn't talking about Brian. I was talking about his new baby.
Yeah.
When Tommy has a failed duck hunt, he jumps on his paramotor and joins them in the sky.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Chase
bro.
him down.
You can take out more with
JK
prop wash than you
Customs.
can
Oh.
with
Oh man, that's
Tyler.
funny.
Mr. Lynch.
Hank.
Mr. Lynch.
Tyler.
You get one.
Oh,
hey.
Yes.
Hank Lynch.
All
Man,
right.
don't send Hank Lynch nothing.
Man, that was like a
Wait,
cheating
that-
glitch. You see the way that thing just jumped all of a sudden? I don't think Hank might have rigged it.
I think he did.
He slipped me a 20 to grease the wheel a little bit.
That's right.
That was the closest one we've had yet.
That was.
Well, now we know how much it takes. $20.
$20.
Takes $20 to get a $25 gift card. I love it. It's a deal all around.
$35.
Everybody wins.
Hank, go ahead and say hi in the chat. Let us know that you're here, please.
Very nice.
And while we're waiting on
Give it to me.
him to say hey in the chat, let's go ahead and
Hey.
hey Belle in the chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and spin again for the paramotorspotlight.com, where we are going to promote your YouTube or whatever social media that you want. paramotorspotlight.com will forward to whatever you want us to forward that to for a week, and we're going to promote it for you. Hopefully we can get you some clicks, some likes, some subscribers, whatever you want to do. So this is for a week's rental for paramotorspotlight.com, where we are promoting you. Flying Flamingo, JK Customs, what is it going to be? What is it going to be, JK?
JK got it.
I think so.
And
So
just
now,
came through.
Does that mean JK's gonna make all of us something on the panel? Is that what that means?
So,
he
He'll ship you a bag of wood dust just for you, Mark.
Thank you.
he gave away. Oh, and if you want to know, well, I'm going to forward that after the show. But right now, if you go down into the description and go down to sponsors, anybody that sponsored anything in our show at all will always be down in the sponsor list. That way you can always go back and see, who donated something on the show. You don't need to pay money to be a sponsor. You could just donate some stuff. And if you do want to donate some stuff, email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Clear Prop TV actually has its own mailing address, so we'll give it to you if you want. Now we're
Hey,
going
Sean.
to give away.
Sean,
What's that?
hold on. I got to interrupt because if not, I'll never get a word in. Kent Stanley wants to know about the weigh-in, your weekly weigh-in.
The weigh-in. All right, so I'm glad that you asked that. I will show you here in just a moment. But JP has to go, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel for
Okay.
Paraswag USA extra large shirt. This will never be made again, unfortunately. So this is the last of its kind. It is a Fly Latte extra large shirt. Extra large is the only size that we have. I am so sorry. If this
That's
is like
the
way too
that's the
small,
dirty one, right? That I sent you that I wore all week long.
that's the smelly one. Yes,
Man, that
You gotta-
makes it
you
worth
gotta-
money,
Kevin
Kevin.
can
It'll be
fly
on eBay
smelly.
next week.
Kevin,
Kevin can fly
Stands up
smelly.
all on its own.
Hey guys, I
No,
got
we're gonna send it back to
the.
Paraswag.
Hold on, who we got? Who we
No.
got?
Ross,
celebrity was selling their
Kent?
sweat in a cologne years ago.
Could be close.
Think it's gonna be Kent.
Ross,
Oh, Ross got it.
Nice.
it'll be the first shirt that Ross owns that doesn't say Aviator on it.
Hey, guys, I got the inside scoop on the weigh-in. So, not good flying weather this weekend in Arkansas, so I decided to go mountain biking. And who did I run into but PPG Grandpa on a hiking trail with two of his dogs? So
Aww.
You just
So
couldn't
he,
hide from him, could you?
I have faith in him this week. I have faith. I do want a large shirt though. I'm at odds because I do want one of these shirts that he's going to give the panel.
Tommy, what were you doing on the handicap trail?
Taking it easy,
That was-
brother. Taking it easy.
that was the Grandpa Trail. Come on, get it right. Grandpa Trail.
He renamed it.
He was using the Find My Phone app.
Was it the Walker Trail?
It's the one. It's the one with the walker. Yes, you can
No,
use.
it had a sign at the beginning that said nursing home this way.
This would be a good time to bring up the fact that if you fly and you're looking to fly off of private land and you maybe don't know who owns that private land, you can get an app for your phone from the App Store called OnX. It's a hunting app, but what it does is it shows you who owns what land and what land's public and private. And then it gives you the ability to say, approach the owner of said private land and get permission to use it. So it's a great
Say-
tool if you don't know about that.
What's
Hey,
the app?
Kevin.
What is it called? What is it?
OnX. ON
Oh.
capital X. OnX.
Kevin, you
Doc-
use that for your dirt bikes too, didn't you?
You bet I did.
Yes. Good man. Good man.
You got to know whose land you're trespassing on because some will shoot you.
Damn
some
right you
won't.
do. You need to know if he's going to shoot you or not.
Yeah.
All right. Ross said cool in the chat. So yay, we got that. All right. So that is all of our regular stuff that we're giving away. Ross, make sure you email me, ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Everybody, just email me, ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Just go ahead. Everyone,
Everybody
right now,
email him.
everyone.
I'll tell you what.
They-
I'll tell you what would be a
for-
cool idea too is when these guys, all you guys that are winning these prizes, when you get these prizes, if you just take a selfie with what you won and send it in to Grandpa, that'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we're gonna go and buy stuff, and and get what you guys want. Here's my weigh-in. I always weigh in myself before I start this, so I know what it is. So I get over to the scale. I'm like, all right, see what I'm gonna weigh. I'm out of batteries.
Oh my
So
God.
so I don't know what my thing is today, unfortunately.
You,
But I've been working out. I've been eating more. I got a pull-up bar right over here. I got weights right down here, and I've been working out, so I can almost see abs now. I can't wait to show you what I've done and my progress, and we'll touch on that next week when we do the SIV course.
Just keep in mind, Sean, when getting into shape, pear is a shape.
so it's
There is a
round.
shape. That has been my shape, unfortunately. All right, JP, let's go ahead and spin for the big stuff. We're going to give away a strobe from faroutstrobes.com, and we're going to give away a Trail Tech cylinder head temp gauge, a CHT from kevincanfly.com. So make sure you go check out kevincanfly.com and see all the cool shenanigans that he has done over the years. These are
So I want to take a quick second, Sean,
yes.
while we've got this wheel up. And I want to point out that these are all the people that were kind enough to donate to the show. And I want to just give a really, really big, gracious from my heart thank you to all you guys, because without you, we couldn't be giving away the stuff we do. So thank you so very much.
Exactly.
This is pretty impressive,
Right.
man. There's a lot of names of people there that donated. That's pretty awesome.
Some
Thank
of
you.
them weren't very
Thank
small
you.
donations either. Some of them were over $20. So thank you very much.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And we totally appreciate you. And if you want to jump in real quick and donate $5 to help us out, with shipping or buying something for, what we're doing, you have 30 seconds. And
30
we got
seconds.
30 seconds because we got 2 more spins and JP has to go.
Also, make sure if you did donate, make sure that your name is on the wheel. I'm pretty sure I got everyone, but
Boop,
I got
boop,
the
boop, 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 boop.
Ah,
Real quick, also, I would like to say we got Walter a shirt from dragoncampers.com. We got shirts made, so yay. Also, too, Paraswag USA, Mark and Amy George are getting Walter a 2X Paraswag USA shirt. So the one that we gave away tonight was the one that he could wear.
place.
Yeah, I'll just mail that to you so you can mail that to Walter.
Oh, come on. Why don't you mail that to Walter?
I love
Heck of a
that.
deal.
I love that, Mark. I'll just.
Yeah, I got to thinking
Send
about
over
that. He
to
didn't tell me
you.
who it was till he asked me if I had it or not.
There's this guy down under that just wants a t-shirt. Come on, it's just a free t-shirt. Go ahead and just send him a free one.
In all fairness, I did hear him say Walter earlier.
JP?
I did too, but it didn't click till just now.
Gotcha.
I'm
No
just
more
kidding.
donations, but I do want to go ahead and go through real quick and say thank you to all of our people that have donated. Kevin Stamey, thank you. Tyler Vowles, Mark H, John Wayne, Chris Fenmore, John Wayne again, Will Fly, Bill H again, Mark McElroy from ParaLifePPG.com, Shondor, thank you. Shondor, thank you very much. And whenever you're ready to come on the show, let me know.
Yeah.
We'll squeeze you in. We'll even do a bonus podcast. If you don't know Shondor, well, you know Shondor. Everybody knows Shondor. Chuck
I've
Johnson.
been bugging the heck out of him. So.
Chuck Johnson, thank you very much. Jim Sierra 120. Jim Simnard, I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, send me an email at ppggrandpa.com and scold me. Eric Lear, Tyler Vowles again, and Terry Moore. Y'all, thank you so much. You guys are what makes everything work in the show. We're able to buy things and send things out that people donate. So thank you very, very much. And this spin is for you. We are giving away 2 different things. So we're going to have 2 spins. Go ahead and spin it and we'll figure out what we're going to give away. Is it going to be a strobe or the cylinder head temp gauge?
I can use one of each.
Panel, what are we going to give away first?
Tip gauge.
10-4.
I say we just go ahead and give away this temperature gauge.
All right, this is the temperature gauge from kevincanfly.com. Make sure you all run over to kevincanfly.com. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification.
Yeah, that
Mark
temperature
Elroy.
gauge. Mark Elroy.
Oh, Gondor.
It glitched.
I
It
believe
glitched.
Sandor.
There's some cheating. I think there's some
Gondor
cheating going on, Mark.
wins.
Just like Sandor.
Shondor gave me an awesome idea for a t-shirt design earlier today, so I think it's fitting that he wins this.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have
Oh,
to.
yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after the show, Sean, because it does pertain to some ideas that I have.
Sweet. Yeah, we need to get anybody that has designs that want to be on the show. We can add your design because if you look at the very top of the super chat, I have highlighted a shirt from our store at iloveppg.com. And if you want to highlight one of your things, let me know. We'll make a shirt and we'll highlight it for you and try to advertise for you. All right, Shondor, congratulations.
And
my friend.
Shondor has my information, so Shondor, just PM me and I'll get your shipping information and get this out to you.
Absolutely. And also to send me an email, ppggrandpa@gmail.com. So I have your information because I've been trying to send out, I'm going to be sending out things to all of our donors, all of our winners, and all of our past guests. So stay tuned for that one.
And if
All
you
right.
want to bring up the camera real quick, I can show you guys what you won.
Okay.
So it's as you see, it's the Trail Tech temperature gauge. So it's for a standard 14 mil spark plug. So it'll work for your NGKs. So right onto the motor, right onto the spark plug, and then it'll give you your cylinder head temperature. So you know you're not burning up your motor.
Wait.
Yeah, it'll give your head temp.
Checking for COVID.
Brian, there you go.
I was hoping Shane was going to come up with something, but he didn't pop in.
That's funny. That's
Well,
funny.
paramotor flying is a COVID test. If you can smell your buddy's two-stroke, you know you don't have it.
Oh,
That's true. That is
That's
true.
true.
you guys
And
are on
and
a roll now.
ppgshow.com, he's on mute and just kicking back and enjoying the show. Apparently, he's waiting for the after show where we can all talk.
I can't get a word in, so I'm just on mute. It's easier.
Oh,
that
I
way.
thought he fell asleep again. He's still
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Might as well.
All right, are we ready for the probe then, guys?
We still got to keep it PPG rated for a little while longer.
Keep it
Yeah.
PPG ready just for a little bit. All right, JP, at your convenience,
Here we go for the strobe.
at your command. We're
Hey,
gonna
I don't know who has or doesn't have this strobe, but I got mine in and strapped it on today. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, I
What are the
definitely
odds
got to
on
get me
that,
one of those
Tommy?
strobes, man. I got to reach out to Keegan.
What
So
is
what-
what is the retail on the strobe if you're buying one?
$50.
Exciting.
Oh, not bad.
What were you saying, JP?
How many LEDs are on that? Is it 3?
Gosh, I think 6. There's a lot.
Oh,
They're pointing in all directions.
GMCR 120.
Oh, the Jim and
GMCR
Terry.
120
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Jim.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be.
good.
Oh, it's
It
gonna be
might,
close.
it might tick over.
What?
Oh, no.
Wow.
Terry.
Oh, wow.
Because
Wow.
Jim had to leave. Jim left, so we lost.
Holy moly.
JP's shaking the screen.
Yeah, that
so
only works on
close,
pinball machines.
If it shows up and says tilt on the screen, you know something's going on.
Tilt.
No, JP, that far out strobe, it has LEDs mounted, but it's always in a different angle. Like there's different angles on the box. So you have a few facing forward, few facing back, and they're all at different angles. It's really awesome. It's a good build. It feels like it's pretty tough too. Like I like it a lot.
Yeah, there it is.
So
Well
it's
worth the
it's
money.
kind of like the Hunter strobe though. It's a little bit different, right?
Similar but different.
I was
Yeah,
using a bell strobe from Walmart for a bicycle that you couldn't really see. So I really
Nice.
hadn't really flown after sunset. So I'm very excited to have this now.
My strobe of choice is the Firehouse strobes from Amazon.
Yep, I have some of those, and I have the Hunter strobe. I had the
27
Aviator.
bucks. 27 bucks, and they're FAA compliant.
Well, if you look at the back of the strobe here, at the very back left corner of the strobe, those angles. They have lights on that angle side too. So it's really nice.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's 360, rechargeable, pretty much put them everywhere. They are really amazing. So, I use I have the PPG smoke strobe system, and I also have this, and it's pretty comparable. I mean, they are this right here, these strobes from Far Out Strobes, very, very, very bright. So congratulations, Terry. Did he say hi in the chat? Did he say yes, he wants it?
I would assume so.
Well, I don't know.
He said I could have it.
Yeah, see, I use these Firehouse Arc 5 strobes. They're really, really tiny, but they work fantastic.
I think with this extra wheel, if people are donating money for it, I think we should give them a little bit more time. And like, if you're not present, you lose your spot because you know what I mean. Also, we didn't really spin the wheel on a consistent. Usually, we spin it half an hour in.
Well,
So I think
a
we should
lot
get-
of times these guys that are doing this also are big guys that are regular people that are in the chat a lot. Like
Yeah.
it's not like they're not gonna, you know, I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah,
Not be here again.
That's
Yeah,
a membership. You know what I mean? Like just
Yep.
we know they're gonna be back on. They'll find out that they won at some point.
Yeah, I think we give Terry a minute, a couple days to turn up.
Yeah.
Terry, when you realize that you won, just email me. Do you remember my email address? Does everybody remember my email address? What's my email address?
PPG Grandpa at some email.com.
It ends with a .com.
.com.
Y'all should know this. by now.
.com.
Does anybody know Terry? No.
What you ought to do is just give them a week. If you don't hear from somebody by the next show, then you just put it back up.
Yeah, somebody, if they know Terry, tag him, let him know he has till next Monday. And if by next Monday we haven't heard from him, we'll raffle it off again.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he has like a ton of strobes and he's like, I don't want these strobes, but I don't know what to say. I don't want to sound like I don't want them, but
Hey.
you know.
Well, did I tell you guys my alter ego is Terry?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Always a pleasure. If you
Later,
don't
JP.
have
Yeah,
anything
later,
else,
JP.
I'm gonna run.
Bye.
Got a big day tomorrow, so
Thank you, technical guy.
oh, no
Do you
Yeah,
problem.
have,
thank you
like,
for staying
you have
on
more
for
hours,
such a long
more hours in
time.
the day tomorrow than the rest of us? Because I just have a 24-hour day tomorrow.
Ah. All right, guys.
Later,
All
bud.
right.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And
Yeah, guys, I gotta jump off also.
Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks for
Always
coming,
great to
Tommy.
see you.
Yeah, it was nice
Yeah.
seeing you guys.
See you,
Sean,
Tommy.
get a hold of me if it's good weather this weekend. Let's go fly somewhere, buddy.
well,
Sure.
just come over anyway because I got that steak dinner I owe you anyway.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I'll help you out. I got you.
What time? I'll bring the potatoes.
Come on
Yeah.
down.
What
This will be
time?
the most expensive potatoes we've ever eaten. They're gonna travel like 1,000 miles.
Yeah. That's
I'm just gonna
guys,
stop.
sure.
I'm just gonna stop by the Piggly Wiggly and grab a couple of them red ones. You'll be all right.
All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later. It's nice hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, later, guys.
Oh, hey, speaking of steak dinners, I think I'm gonna bail early too, man. I never had dinner
Hey,
tonight.
Bill.
So.
All right, well that's cool. What
Yeah.
I'll do is, first of all, if you haven't been to Brian's channel, go to ppgbrian.com and it brings you to his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. He's putting up good videos all the time. pbgtommy.com. Make sure you go to his channel. And of course, jptulo.com. Check out his channel. Appreciate you, Brian.
Yeah, man.
And
It was
everyone
great as
else.
usual. Enjoyed having Aly on. You know, having a female face to interview was nice. I think that I wish we could get more women into the sport and to represent it. But hey, you know, we'll take what we can get. Maybe we can get Derek and his wife Leanne on here one day.
Hey, you never know. Never know.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace out.
See you later. It
Later,
is
Brian.
almost 9 o'clock. I just put our meeting ID and password into the chat. Guys, come on. If you want to talk some more about paramotors, we'll probably be chat from, I don't know, what, 9 till 10. I don't think that we want to go past 10, but I
Yeah.
can't believe that it takes 45 minutes or an hour to spin the wheel. That's why I wanted to make sure that, you know, everybody, that our guests had enough time to talk. We have time to spin. Everybody gets to spin. And congratulations. Oh, yeah. Shondor, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations. Tyler,
Bye.
thank you so much for the donation. John Wayne, thank you again. Appreciate it. Bill H, thanks for the thumbs up.
Bye, Bill.
Chuck Johnson, all right. See ya.
We need to go see Bill this weekend, Amy. We need to go
Okay,
fly.
let's
Where are you guys going to fly?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
Maybe
Lena,
South Shreveport.
Greenville.
Kylo Country.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
we're
Kylo
going to
Country.
play for a nailer near John Hudson.
Hey, Kevin, those strobes that you were showing a while ago, they got cases on them?
Yeah, here, let me grab it.
Because the firehouses that I have do not have cases on them.
Yeah, no, so here.
Yeah,
Hey,
my
Oh, that looks like
firehouses,
mine.
yeah, my firehouse don't have cases on it. It just had clear heat shrink.
So you have the old style. These are the new Arc 5. So I
got
don't know
you.
if you can see it, but it's
Yep,
the
yep.
Firehouse Arc 5. So they have 5 LEDs, as you can see in the front,
Uh-huh.
and they are FAA compliant for 4 miles.
Dude, I know the ones I got are freaking bright as crap. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I like these ones better because you don't have the little button on top like the other one I have on
Yeah,
top of my motor
yeah.
has. And so you blind the daylights out of yourself trying to turn it off. Turning it on is no problem. Turning it off is a nightmare.
How do you turn this
These-
one on?
The button's on the side of the case. So you just squeeze and hold the button, and then it starts giving you the flash. And then you just squeeze and hold to turn it off.
Does it have any different modes? Does it have different
Yeah.
modes?
So if you do the double
Yep,
tap on
yep.
the power button,
Yep.
you get a double flash, a triple flash, a slow flash, solid. You can pick between, I think, 7 modes on it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, for under $30, you cannot beat that.
No, these are a lifesaver, especially for us here in the Northwest. Like, a lot of people don't understand when you come to the Pacific Northwest, or once you get above the 45th parallel, your days in the summer become a lot longer, but your days in the winter become a lot shorter. So by 4 o'clock, it's solid dark here in the wintertime. So having a strobe is like a mandatory thing to fly, because you can only fly from 3 to 4. You get that extra half an hour to legally get on the ground and get your stuff packed up. And I personally hate packing up in the dark. I don't like putting on a headlamp and trying to get my motor strapped down. For me, it's a nightmare. So it's an absolute must if you're, winter flying in the northern parts of the country, just because it gets dark so early.
almost like Alaska.
You know, I bought my firehouses. I bought them at the EFD, and I originally bought them because I was going to put magnets on them and put them in my wingtips.
So these ones, I've got 2 more, and these I throw right into the wingtips. I just turn them on and toss them right in the buttholes. And they don't even matter the orientation. And it's really cool because as you fly, your whole entire wing sits
Right.
there
It
right
illuminates
up
it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I haven't done it yet. I was going to do it. I haven't done it. So I was wondering if it would even work.
I'm not saying that I've done any flying at night, but they do look cool at night.
Hey, you kited it, right?
Exactly. It never left the ground.
Yeah, I have one of those. It kind of looks. It's a It's a drone strobe that I put on top of my helmet that I have it on Velcro. That's the only thing I really have on top of my helmet, but I have that and I have something else. Um, I fixed your stuff, Flying Flamingo. Flying Flamingo Jade. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Thank you.
It's fixed. I just saw your email.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, I gotta get going. My wife is needing my help with the children, so I gotta get running.
Well,
Later,
you only
Kevin.
got like one kid. Come on now.
Yeah, one
I mean,
kid for each finger on his hand.
I know, right?
COVID's been busy.
COVID kids. Oh God, I could hear it now in a few years. Mom, was I a COVID baby? Maybe.
Yes.
Well, we had the boomers and we had Gen X. Now we're gonna have the COVID kids.
That's it. The 19s.
There you
All right,
go.
guys. Well,
Later,
it's
man.
been a great night. I've really enjoyed it. I'm super, super thankful that we had Aly on. She was a wonderful guest. You guys all had great questions, and thanks again.
Awesome.
It was
Thanks,
awesome.
guys. See ya.
And then, like I said, Shondor, I'll send you a PM to get your information if you're still watching, and then I'll get this stuff sent out to you.
Cool.
Great.
And I'll send you postage reimbursement. Just let me know what I need to send you.
No worries. We'll get her taken care of.
Good deal, man.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Later.
Later, Gator.
Right.
That was a long but very fun podcast, and I'm really glad. I think that's what we need to do from now on is just talk with the guest for an hour and then see how long the guest can be and then spin the wheel. That way we're not, making them wait.
Yeah.
How many people we still have left to chat?
Flow too.
What's that?
It's a better
Anybody left?
flow too, instead of talk, spin, talk, spin. It's just a better flow.
Is everybody gone from chat?
Why? You got something you want to say?
No. I was just wondering.
There's 19 in the chat.
19 in the chat. Well, I am fixing to jump off here with Paraswag. I'm just gonna throw this out there. We'll do a follow-up show with you, Sean. We're gonna be on our Paramotor Nation on the 21st of this month. We're gonna be putting some stuff out there. You knew about that show, and then I've got a couple things I want to say for your show. Okay, so
Right. Yeah, we talked about that. It's all hush hush.
Yes, yeah. I just want to schedule that with you after that show with them, if that's okay.
Yeah, just you got my number. Just call or text me anytime.
I don't know if you guys seen our video that got released by Chris. Did you see that?
I heard about it.
So, well, you need to go watch it because it's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's been in the works for a while, man. So it's finally come together. Things are getting a little bit better and streamlined. You know, the issues that we've been having with the shipping and all that kind of junk. But that's all going to be logistically all figured out. We got 13 frames on the way. I've got 6 that will be here any day. Yeah.
I still want to come down there and fly some of those. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we need to get you over here a day. We can go do a nice XC down to the river and go to the state line, and we can fly over into Arkansas and then back into Texas.
Yeah, it's like fly the line. Like they got the marathon, the Hawkeye, run the line. We need to fly the line.
Yeah, there you go. It would be very awesome if we could do this like a little deal where we could do Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas. Because it's all right there.
Right. We can fly the we can fly it in a day, all those different states.
Yeah. We'll have to figure that out.
I'm up for it.
I'm gonna use this app that Kevin mentioned to everybody on X. I already had it. I didn't realize I had it, but when I used to hunt, I used to use it. We used to use OnX because we used to mark hunting spots. So there's 2 of them, actually 3. It looks like there's 3 of them. There's OnX Off-Road GPS, OnX Hunt, and OnX Backcountry. Backcountry would, I don't know.
You learn something new every day on ours, on our Paramotor Nation, on paraglidingtalk.com, all the different ones that are out there. You learn so much.
Definitely.
I love these. These are so awesome. But yeah, Mark, just email me. Call me anytime. And Chick, thank you for everything, and thank you for that pie, that sugar-free pie. That was pretty
Oh, I
awesome.
have found some wheat-free, dairy-free, sugar-free brownies I want you to try.
Okay, twist my arm.
I know, right?
You said you
made
guys
a.
I never got Jade's address. Mark never gave it to me, and I didn't ask Sean again to send her thing when she went on spin the wheel before.
Say one more time, Amy. I couldn't hear you.
I never got her address or anything. I think I sent you a message one time, Jade.
Who's?
I never heard back either about to send something to her. When she
Oh, what email address does she need to email real quick? She's on right now.
Well, I see. That's why I remember to say.
Jade.
I think just message me on Facebook Messenger. Be fine.
I can do that.
Yeah. Just under my name, we'll do that.
So Amy, are you?
You can tell me cookies or brownies or.
Hey,
what was you gonna ask her, Jade?
So Amy, are you flying now?
Not yet on my own solo. I've got to. Mark's gonna put my unit together. He's gonna fly it first to make sure it didn't fall apart.
Well, if he's putting it together, he better fly it first.
Oh, that wasn't the deal. That was not the deal.
And my wing I got for Christmas, I kited it and was proud of myself because there wasn't a lot of wind. Because I'm always used to just having beach wind, be successful. And then we went to the beach and saw Nadine and Mark, and then it looked like our brake lines were just sagging or whatever. We couldn't figure out what was going on because I didn't have problems with it here, then I had problems with it at the beach. And so he flew it, and I cried. I cried like a baby seeing my wing in the air. So it was horrible, bad.
Oh, it was
Tears
fun.
of joy, I hope.
It was fun. Now, basically, she has got to get her. She's done a little bit of kiting. She's got to get her kiting skills down, and then, I mean, she basically needs to go through training completely.
Yeah, I keep telling him I need lessons. I keep telling him over and over and over and over and over. So we'll see. Might just go see Sean. I don't know. Feed Sean.
Come on over. I'll teach you.
There we go. Okay, fine.
Wait a minute. My teaching is more hands-on, just so you know.
I'll be
Yes,
there.
we know.
You wait till I see you.
My last time I was in the air was with Matt.
I'm gonna pay you.
Mark. Matt Minyard taught me how to do the throttle, and that was a whole new level. That was exciting, and I was just laser focused. And he said, I just need to let you do this for a whole hour with me. He said, you're doing awesome. You're doing great. You're a great listener. And I just did whatever he told me to do. So that was really fun to actually fly him around for 10 minutes. And he said, you just be in the air for an hour with me with the throttle, and then you'll be able, you're fine. He's not worried about me taking off for landing, obviously. I don't know. So, but
now that you're learning on the Mac Paracharger, right?
Huh?
Yep.
You're learning on a Mac Paracharger.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Now, Mark, have you flown that wing?
I did fly. I had one. I picked up a Mac Paracharger last year, a 24 meter, I think it was. And I never flew it because I had another wing that I was flying at the time, and a guy talked me out of it before I ever flew it. And everybody was like, you should have flown that wing. Even Kyle O'Glee was like, man, I can't believe you had that wing and you never flew it. So yeah, I had to fly it. I was going to talk her into, I started saying I was going to make her let me fly it, but that ain't the right words to say. I was going to beg her to let me fly it. But I flew it, man. It's what is that? A 21?
It's
22? Yeah, 21 meter. Dude, it was fun. It was fun.
You find those brake lines a little long?
I don't know if that's what I was warned about from one of the other guys that I did. One of our vendors that deals with Mac Para, he was telling me to make sure I check those brake lines, and that's what I was looking at when she was kiting it. It looked like they had a lot of sag. They bellow.
They do.
They had a
They
lot of bellow.
they seem to.
But when I got into the air, I even asked Breezy, the instructor that was down there. I was like, man, it looks like the lines have got a lot of sag to them. But you know what? Once I got in the air and I started flying, it was normal. It didn't feel any different than anything else I've flown.
And see, the weird thing for me is when on Christmas Day that afternoon, I went to go kite it, and I didn't notice them sagging or anything like that until we went to the beach. And I was having trouble with it, and I thought, what is going on here? And then he got on it to kite it, and I was like, look at that. They're just so saggy. So I don't know what the difference was, but, and that's what I
I
was
found
saying.
mine to be about 5 inches too long.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying when I'll let him go ahead, fly, figure out what's wrong and all that. That's when I videoed him and I was crying. I mean, I just told him how beautiful it looked in the air, and I was just crying like a baby.
Here's the other thing. I flew that at the beach with laminar air and wind coming off the ocean. I have not flown that in anything Neil or anything. So it may do different with no wind.
Did y'all see the video when he surprised me with, at Mark and Nadine's, and I cried like a baby? And,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a dork. I don't know. So and I was fine. I quit when he surprised me with it, and I cried. No one
Well,
got
here's the bad thing about it is she got cold that night. They went to ride around the golf court, and I had my BGD jacket that I wanted EFD in the back, and it was covering her paramotor
I didn't know.
and she goes, "Do you have a jacket?" And I'm like, she goes, "Where's the jacket?" And I didn't think twice about it. I said, it's in the back. Well, she thought I said back seat, so she didn't open the back. She just reached back there and grabbed it, and I didn't know that. And then I looked at Mark, and I'm like, oh my God. I said, I just told her the jacket's in there, and I said, it's covering the frame. I said, it's over now. It's screwed. She's gonna see it. But she didn't.
Yeah, and he was kind of cranky with me that the next morning before he left because he just knew, and I didn't know what he was talking about. And then he said, "You know, don't you?" And I'm like, "No, what?" He said, "You looked in the back." I was like, "No," and I wouldn't have thought twice about it anyways. I was just getting a jacket to go on the golf cart because we go down there and pick up frames from them all the time. And so then when he was cranking all that, and he opened up the back, then we got video of me, and I saw it, and I'm like, "Okay, there's a frame back there." Okay, and it's wrapped.
I said, look at it.
And then I looked at it, I was like, okay, it's orange. Because see, mine wasn't supposed to come for another 2-3 weeks. So I'm like, okay. And I'm just looking at it, and then it kind of hit me, staring at it, and he says, well, look at it. And I was like, okay, it's orange. And then I paused for a moment. Then I started crying, and I told him, I said, well, that's no good now. That's for me because you were already mad at me this morning. So now you've already written, I'm just crying. Then he did a video of me saying, okay, then I started crying for the picture. I said, oh, I don't look good in the picture this morning. I just woke up, and then he's like, well, here, I'll just do a quick video. You tell Miguel, thank you. I'm like, okay. So then when he goes, what do you say, Miguel? And then I start talking about it. And when I start talking about it, I start crying. And I was just like, I'm a dork. So, I don't know. I'm attached to it. I'm cranky. I'm a lead.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Thank you. And that's the thing about Nadine and I talked about being visible in the sky. That's why she got rid of her charger. And I was having trouble kiting. And then when I did hers, I was like, I feel successful on the charger because somebody who bought it from her was at the beach. And then we asked, can I kite it? And I loved it. I mean, I was kiting until my neck hurt. And then so we were all talking, Morgan, too. I need a charger. We're just harassing him.
Yeah, they brainwashed me.
And then the wing is perfect because most of his wings are orange and white. So on the very front of it, it's got the longhorn orange for Texas. And then it's got white in the middle, and the back end is bright orange. And so my high school alma mater, the Tigers, orange, white, and black. So I thought, well, gosh, instead of match my wings, I want to be kind of matchy. And I'm not very creative. I thought, let's get bright orange because I can be seen and it matches my wing. And then we went on from that to my high school and let's put tiger stripes on it. So,
oh my God.
And then my helmet, I was like, okay, we got to get a helmet. So we looked at, he found some tiger stripes and tiger eyes. So we're going to get my helmet. And
She's going to be Tony the Tiger.
It is. I told him I don't want a 1950s motorcycle looking helmet because it doesn't look good on my head. So we're gonna get me a helmet, and then we're gonna make me with black and white stripes and tiger eyes.
I told her it's gonna look great.
Great.
Texas High Tigers. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited.
I will say I was kind of worried, and even Kevin texted me later that day after she posted the picture. He goes, "Man," he goes, "I hate orange paramotors." He goes, "But that paramotor looks hot."
But no,
It's
Sean, I'll
orange.
pick you up on it because I'm tired of waiting. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
And
tired.
like
I'm
I
ready
said,
to go.
the only thing I don't have is the tandem, and I'm waiting for Mark to figure out
We're
when
going.
gonna-
Oh, hey, so just on that tandem, right?
Yes.
Chris and I want to go as soon as we can. Okay.
Okay.
I just sent we
Ben.
made a deal with Ben. He got a frame from us and we kind of worked a deal. So he's gonna train me and Chris for that. Because I think it's only like $600. So I offered to trade him a used frame for tandem training. So it's shipped. Our tandem's paid for. So
Yeah.
all I have to just do is schedule it.
Okay. I need to come up with.
He said middle of March, I think, or toward the end of March.
That would be good. Well, that'd be fine. Late March, that'd be good.
I think that's when the weather in Tennessee starts straightening up a little bit.
That sounds good. That
And-
sounds good. We can
And
do that.
Sean, I don't need any more tandems. I just need a solo now. I'm ready to go.
Just be married long enough. It'll happen.
I'm tired of
Go
waiting.
solo. Oh, go solo. Okay. Yeah.
Don't let her lie. We are scheduled to go to Houston or go to the Galveston. When, Amy?
I'm
How
on
many
my way to
days?
Vegas, but I'm not going to be doing a solo. I'm just going to be kiting some more.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be around when you do your solo.
Yeah. And part of the reason I'm not already in the air, he's been dragging his feet mostly because he has admitted to me like 2 or 3 times he doesn't want anything happening to me. And people that know us have heard him tell me this, and they're like, she can get hurt crossing the street. She can get in a car wreck. I mean, I can get hurt at any time.
Amy, clearly you're the best thing that's ever happened to him. So I understand his reserve. I get it. But sometimes you gotta let the bird fly away. And if she comes back, it's meant to be. You know what I mean?
Would you just say, give her the bird? What?
Oh,
And hey, if I look like a phoenix, he comes out on top. I've got plenty of life insurance. So
There
You
you
must
go.
not have seen my post earlier today when she put our selfie from this morning.
I actually did.
So,
I'm just saying.
I'm
I
just
pay
saying.
attention.
Okay. Well,
I
good.
like. Hey, wait. I liked Amy. I loved your selfie.
thank you.
I do truck selfies all the time, and I'll take like 17 of them. Oh no! Look at that chin. Delete. Oh well. Oh no! Too much glare. Delete.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'll play with
God.
it. So it's because that's what we do.
Yeah, she wouldn't tell you. We had to take that picture 15 times this morning.
See? See? That's why I love Amy. That's why I love you, because I
We
can.
took
relate
it
to
5
that.
times and deleted 2, and I kept 3 of us, even the dorky looking one of me.
I know. You
So,
see all the younger young girls, with their selfies, and
yeah.
I'm like, what are they doing? And so we just do what we got to do, girlfriend. That's
And I don't understand the duck lips when they go. I don't get
Because they can't afford Botox, so that's what they do.
evidently, because no, you ain't gonna see that on this, okay?
But you are right.
Just smile, Amy. Just smile. You got a beautiful smile.
You are right, Shane. She is the best thing that ever happened to me.
I know. I can see it.
Oh,
And
the
the
other way.
pictures. No, she's awesome, dude. But
I'm just glad I have a fast metabolism, guys. Because trust me, if I didn't, I would weigh 400 pounds. With
Oh,
all the stuff that she cooks and bakes and makes.
I hear you, Mark. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm like, I can't gain weight for nothing.
She cooked 2 king cakes and like 16 muffins yesterday for us to take to work.
Holy moly!
And our Labrador ate 5 of them. Or not the lab, but the Vizsla.
Vizsla. He ate 5 of them off the counter while they were cooling.
Whoops.
He snuck into the kitchen. They're not allowed in the kitchen. Somehow he
I-
got in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Hugo, no!" And I'm like, "What happened?" She goes, "Well, he just ate 5 of your chocolate chip muffins."
Oh,
We
oh,
have to put a gate up in the kitchen so he can't come in because he's 11 months old, so he didn't know to jump the gate. And I hate it because I wipe everything down. The kitchen gets completely clean before I bake. And I don't want anybody in the kitchen with me because that's clean. I want it to stay clean. I don't want anything, defunk in my kitchen when I'm
it's like
baking.
you
Yeah,
need
she don't care when
to
she's cooking us dinner. It's just when
Nope.
she's baking.
I don't. It's not uncommon for them to get a special surprise when I cook supper. I don't care when I cook a supper. When I bake for customers, my kitchen is wiped down, just like Gordon
I love it.
Ramsay. No one comes to my kitchen. No one's allowed near the kitchen. So
It's medieval times here, Shane.
Yeah,
So when
right.
she's cooking for you, it's picking the nose and wiping it all
That's
over.
it. That's right. She's smoking a
Double-
cigarette. She's smoking a cigarette over the chili pot.
This goes to Mark. I don't care.
I do not smoke. I do not smoke at all. I'm allergic to it anyway. Gross.
Mark.
But no, it's not uncommon. Like if they say, oh gosh,
You know it.
it was late night and I don't know what's wrong. I pull my hair up when I bake and things like that because, like I said, I want everything to be sterile when I'm baking for customers.
Yeah, I had zero hair in the pie.
Zero
It was
hair.
great.
I know. See, my hair was up, but it was late. We didn't really have supper, and he was hungry. I said, "Well, do you want me to make you grilled ham and cheese?" He said, "Sure." So I went and made it. Didn't think nothing about it. I didn't have my hair up. I just threw him a
First
grilled
bite.
cheese. He comes in the kitchen after the family room after taking a bite. He goes, this is what I hate. And he goes, I'm like, what? And he pulls a hair out.
Yeah.
I do.
It's just reinforcement.
I
It
don't.
is. It's like it is. It's like fiber and concrete.
It's like
Yeah.
rebar, right?
I have no clue how it got in that sandwich because I didn't see it when I was putting it together and grilling it. But who knows? So,
That's funny.
Girls with long hair. It's
yeah.
I know. She always threatens me. She goes, "I can always cut it off."
Yep.
That's
So
a threat.
The video.
I know, right? Thank
That
you.
is a true threat. from
Thank
a woman.
you.
Yeah, it is. Well, even in the video, I'm getting ready to put together an iMovie and put on YouTube because I'm behind with grading in the 9 weeks and all that. But
So how do we get to your YouTube channel? What.com is it?
the Para Chick on YouTube.
How many videos you got up there?
One because I'm behind 9 weeks grading. I've got
No,
2 videos.
Remember, keep your
Oh,
videos.
No, I
Those
thought
out there.
about you. A friend of mine's husband at work got her a vlogging kit for Christmas, thinking that she could use it for Zoom for our virtual Fridays.
Yeah.
So she's not using it. So she let me borrow it because she knew what I was doing. Took it to Nadine's, and the phone has to fit like this on the stand with the light. I thought about you. It's like, oh, don't have to worry about me turning the phone.
Don't you hate it when people don't turn their phone sideways, Sean?
Only when I'm watching it on YouTube. If it's on Facebook and I'm watching it, vertically, that's
okay.
fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's platforms to put it on vertical, and then there's
True,
platforms
true
to
that.
turn it sideways.
I agree.
Because when you're watching on YouTube, all you see is this little tiny slit.
I
right
know
here.
with the black on
Everything
each
else is
side.
black.
Yep,
It's
yep.
all black. All you have to. It's like, well, what are they doing right there?
That's what we used to get right when we were switching to HD. If you remember, we would watch a standard definition on an HD TV. We get the black sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, no.
That's deep.
No, seriously, Sean, I'm just gonna spend a little more time. It gets a little warmer. I'll take you up on your offer. You can teach me. We'll practice taxing and all that with my new
Any weekend that we have Saturday and Sunday, we'll double check to make sure everything's good all day Saturday, and then the perfect time on Sunday we'll take you up for your solo.
Okay. But I'm one of those people though. One new layer at a time.
That's why I want to make sure I have an entire weekend.
Right. And you know what?
Because just so
God,
you
y'all
know,
making
Mark,
me nervous just thinking about it. You
just
hear me?
Just so Mark knows and Amy knows, if I don't think that you are ready for your solo, you're not going up.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. I'm one of those people that's better safe than sorry. Yet I, in my heart, know we need a couple more weekends. I'm not going to go. I'm not. Because I'll be
So
honest
a little
with you,
bit of
right
black
now,
so you're pink.
solo, that is like, my hands are sweating right now. If you could see my hands, they're glistening. See this? See? But because I'm telling you, when Matt
Perfect.
throttle, and then he said, okay, you're doing great. Okay, take the brakes. I'm like, and I even told him, I said, how am I going to fit all that in this hand? He's like, just grab it. He says, look
You're
back.
used to it.
And I went, shut up. Anyways, get your mind out the gutter right now. Y'all know what he's talking about. Listen.
No, go ahead.
No, explain.
Talking
We
about
don't
your
need to
brake
shut
and the
up.
No,
throttle. I
no,
understand.
do not
Brake and
explain.
throttle,
Do
go.
not
Brake
explain.
and throttle.
We've been through
Brake and
this
throttle, I
before.
know.
So he told, I'm not explaining. That's why I told you hush. So anyways, Matt said, look back here. He said, look back and grab it. And I thought,
Look back and grab it. Oh my God.
back
Amy.
in the air. I'm not going to turn my head and look back. I told him, I said, you're going to have to turn my hand. I am not looking back. So I'm staring straight ahead, got the throttle. And he's like, well, here, do this. I'm doing that. And he's like, okay, well, you can do that too. So I'm just doing it and all that. And we're just tooling around and everything. It was great. Going up. But I did get nervous one time. We're about 1,000 feet. And I told him, said, this is the highest I've ever been. So he's like, you okay? It's like, right now I am, but I don't want to go any higher. So
They were at
we have that hang check too, so we're going to make sure
Yes.
that everything is hang checked correctly.
yes. Well, right
Because
now
that's
we have
really
to
important.
adjust my harness because when I put it on, being stupid for my photos, after he put it together, the harness is still, it feels heavy. All the weight's on my shoulders still. And
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do when we
Yes.
weight check it.
Yeah, we've
so
got
we're
to
gonna make
adjust. We've got to adjust the harness. She put
Right.
on my LAF with the dudek harness on it,
and the
and she actually liked it. Felt better on her back than
Yeah.
the
His-
LAF with the Atom 80 on it.
And the good
His
thing about
waist
this
felt-
too is that you can learn how to get in your seat, you know, with the hang check
Yeah.
before you even go fly your solo. That way
Right.
you understand what it feels like. You know, do I need to just lift my knees up and I'll be in? Do I need to stow a brake and then, you know, try to get into it? That's what we're going to try to figure out before you even go fly, which is
Well, I
really
need that anyways because I'm used to jumping in a seat as a tandem.
mm-hmm.
So I need to have all that in my, you know, like at least the throttle in my hand, all that hang check just to see what that's like because I'm used to just hopping in, not having to worry about doing anything.
Right.
His LAF, even though it's 9 pounds heavier with his harness and his engine, it feels lighter because the weight distribution, the way it's, I don't know, than mine that's lighter than his, 9 pounds lighter. And it just feels like it's all in there. So we looked at it again tonight and I told him, I said, I don't know what it is. So he's got to adjust the straps because mine is higher. We got to look. So
Okay.
either that or sell my harness and get me a dudek. I don't know. So
What's up, Will Fly?
I was just going to say that,
Hi,
Linda.
John Wayne.
The fly in
Hi,
the
Linda. Thank you so much for your donations tonight. We really appreciate it.
yeah, those donations were rocking. That was hot stuff tonight.
That's going to be really good because there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot of things that we're going to buy. One of them is the ability to make
Is your chair,
flags
yes.
with your name on it because we got a bunch of different. Let me show you.
I want some of that stuff from the wood carving guy. I
Hey,
really, really do.
Yeah, and Amy,
Mark,
these guys won't tell you this, but the best time to solo is about 2 PM. So make sure it's like good and hot. when you
Yeah.
solo.
Yeah.
here we go.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I did my first tow session about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and as soon as I got in the air, I got hit with a thermal, dude. It picked me up about 20 feet. I was like, and then it came back down on me, and I was like, holy crap, dude.
Of course, I'm just kidding. And Sean, thank you for the lassos. Awesome. They came in today.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you like it. I'm glad that you got it too.
I got it, and I use these. I currently use them, so they're invaluable. I use it
What'd
for
you
my
get,
phone.
Will?
The lasso, the little thing you put on your
Oh,
you put it on your
yeah.
phone,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and then
That's the
cap
one
over
is
it.
that the one that sticks on the back of it?
Yes,
Yes. Those are the best.
they're awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
between the case and the phone, and then it comes out that really that
It's
your,
thin.
your plug-in port, so you can clip into it right
Just-
there.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. And just snap. So I mean, I permanently keep the little loop part attached, and then I just hook it on my my radio vest. It's awesome.
I'll tell you what I did. I have an OtterBox on my iPhone. On my old phone, I had one of those, and I had it stuck directly to the back of the phone. And on the OtterBox, instead of sticking it to the phone, I stuck it to the plastic piece that goes on the phone, and then put the rubber piece over that.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the film that comes with the phone when it's new, that kind of, because I just kept the film that was on the phone when it when I got
Oh,
it.
did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
it's-
no. So the OtterBox is like 3 pieces. You got a
Oh.
front and a back that snap together over the phone. It's a hard plastic, and then you got a rubber casing that goes over that.
Okay.
So I stuck mine on the hard plastic part of the OtterBox, and then put the rubber casing over that. That way, it's not stuck on the phone. But to be honest, just so you know, if you don't get it dirty or nothing, you'll be able to, if you switch phones, you'll be able to peel it off that phone and put it on your new phone, because that's exactly what I did.
I think PPG Shane has raised his hand.
I have.
Yes,
So
sir.
the only disadvantage or thing I don't like about the horn or the lasso is you got to tuck away the little strap that hangs out to hook into the carabiner thing, because if you try to pull your charger out of your phone and that little tether's sticking out, you pull both of them at the same time, it won't come out. So I always have to take my case off, flip the thing back inside, put my case back on. It
Does
never.
does your phone not wirelessly charge?
No, none of us have a lot of money, Sean.
Yeah, mine wirelessly charges, but
didn't
it won't
say
work through
anything
the
about-
OtterBox.
I didn't say
No,
anything about that.
Sean, no. My wife has the wireless charging. My daughter has the wireless charging. I just recently bought a truck that didn't take a key. You have to push a button. I got made fun of for years for my daughter and my wife going, you have a key to have to put in your ignition? We won't do that. So
Years.
Hey, you know how many times I've killed my vehicle when I meant to turn the radio off?
Well, that's because you pre-start it to heat it up.
No. I have literally killed the Armada because I go to turn the radio off at the bank or something, and I hit the kill switch on the truck.
Oh, well, you do that without me. I've only been with you when it's already pre-going, and then you push something, it kills. After you've already started.
I'm not sure you guys are talking about the same thing we're talking about.
Yeah, we are. I am.
He's talking about push button.
Here are some of our ClearProp TV
That's good. I
logos
like that.
that we are putting on our stuff in the near future that we're going to put out there.
That looks professional, those
Yeah.
mountains. Dang, Sean.
I did, yes.
Hey, can I encourage each and every one that's on the panel to go back and listen to the show
One.
afterwards, just to listen to it and see what you guys think about it?
Did we do wrong? What did we boo-boo on?
No.
There's a reason for this, Shane. Can you
No.
fill
I
us in,
know.
please?
What did we do?
I'm simply, you make your own decision on
No.
what is right and wrong.
I hate you. That is bullcrap.
Uh-uh.
That's bullcrap. He's setting you up.
I'm always afraid to go back on the show.
No,
Go ahead. Put it out there.
I'm telling you right now, I think everybody should, that's on the show, on the panel, go back and listen to the show
Okay.
and tell me if you can understand half of it.
Are you saying you can't?
Oh, I'm saying that my phone is blowing up because people are like, there's people over talking left and right. I can't understand what's going on.
I was on mute most of the night.
No.
Shane,
I'm not pointing fingers. Hold on. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm simply saying that everybody should go back and listen to the podcast or
I will.
watch it on YouTube.
Well, I was on mute most of the time because the dogs wouldn't behave.
We have a
I
lot of
even raised
people.
my hand to talk.
we have a lot of people that listen to this on iTunes and other podcast platforms.
Yeah.
So if you all can do me a favor, if you're still listening, do me a favor and email me at ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Let me know if we are over talking each other and it's difficult to understand.
And who
Hey,
is
Sean,
Yo,
your artwork that you just had up there,
yes.
would you mind if we stole some of those graphics so we can put it on our trailer and put Clear Prop TV?
he's stuck at steel.
Sure, you can steal that. I mean, you
I
guys
did
have
not
done.
see the
You guys have
R.
donated enough money that you can steal one of these if you want. No problem.
Well, it'll be free advertising for you.
Matter of fact,
that's
you can
fine.
steal one person on this panel to come up and visit you.
Well, we
For
keep
a-
asking Brian, but he keep telling us he's busy.
No,
Where-
well, I'm not busy. I'm
where
not
you-
busy.
Where are you guys located?
Northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, my old stomping grounds is Green Bay. That's where my family is, and I grew up in Appleton.
Yeah, we got Sean coming, or we got Shane coming up for Oshkosh.
And I'm
Oh,
look-
I would love to go to Oshkosh. I've never been.
Why do you
And
want
I am so looking forward to the pre-flight ritual.
Yeah.
So why do you want to go to Oshkosh? You're too big for those clothes. We can't
Oh,
go
gosh.
shopping.
Oh, she's uneducated.
No,
On-
Oshkosh bagosh.
Oshkosh bagosh.
The clothes. Now who's uneducated?
I'm sorry.
We're all educated.
Educated.
Educated is right.
I
got one of them there
high school
With his sticker over the dent.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put the sticker over the dent.
You got a dent? What happened? Go ahead, please tell us what happened.
Brand new trailer.
Oh,
I
good.
think
That's
we had it
really
a week.
awesome.
We had it a week. She backed
Beautiful.
up into it.
Oh,
The camera
back-
wasn't fast enough on the backup.
the camera.
Low camera.
So in other words, before the camera kicked in, you just took off.
Betcha, floored it.
I've done it. I did it in the Audi and backed into our truck, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, and
I
this is
really,
what
I really,
I'm just so glad that wasn't me.
Because you'll
I
never hear the end
really-
of it.
I
Exactly.
really want to make an inappropriate comment, but I want a place to stay when I come to Wisconsin, so I'll just keep it to
Oh.
myself.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Shane.
gonna, it was gonna say something about when did they put a steering wheel in the kitchen, but I won't say that.
Oh.
Oh.
I cook him something special.
Yeah, something really special with an Amy hair.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be cooking? Who do I need to send a piece of hair to?
No, not me.
I'm good.
Ooh.
What was that?
Choking on hair.
Ah, gross.
I'm gonna be
Well-
quiet.
Well, guys,
So,
it is.
I got- wait,
it's about.
I got-
It's about.
what?
It's about. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
One thing I gotta tell you, I am proud of myself because Eric's always teasing me because I only fly like 5 or 10 minutes now that it's cold out because I hate wearing gloves. I went for about a full hour yesterday and it was
Oh,
28
wow.
degrees.
What was the temperature? What was the temperature?
28.
What?
Oh,
So were you
Lord.
wearing heated gloves and vests and stuff? What's up?
We just got the heated gloves, the liners, and I did not put it on my left hand which is in my throttle. I put the liner on, but I didn't put the glove over the top.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so paranoid of parking my throttle brake. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that. So I parked it and tried hanging onto the throttle with the right hand, and I didn't like that. So I got up enough elevation and I let go of the throttle and glided until I got the glove over the top and it was much better.
Everybody brags about these gloves. So they're just liners, and there's your switch. You put the battery pack in there. These things suck when you're flying through the air, but they do keep your hands warm when there's no air flying across them.
Right.
So
right.
I went through like 5 pairs of gloves, and finally I found these. Carhartt makes them, and they fit. You can just get them a size bigger. They protect you from the wind, and then all the heat stays in.
Yeah, they're just a
Oh,
shell.
cool.
And I tell you what, warm hands make a huge difference when you're flying.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
I hate it when we've got a guy reached out to us this past weekend that is come up with a design for some windproof gloves, and they're actually really thin, he says, and they're supposed to be sending me a set to test because I use those same liners that you got. And I freaking love them. But you're right. If the wind, it doesn't cut the wind. They're just liners. So that's the same thing I had when I went to fly with you, Sean. My hands still got kind of cold. Remember, I told you I didn't think my gloves were on, but they were on. It was just the wind coming through the liners.
I remember you crying. Yeah.
You remember me landing and not being able to take off 15 times?
Yeah, I remember you going, where my fingers are chilling.
Dude, it was terrible, man. I unzipped
and you just kept on like really aggressively getting close to me, like you want to touch my tip or something. It was.
I was not doing that.
Yes, but I was just wow. Dude.
I thought you were trying to John Rippa me.
Aggressive. You're so aggressive.
No.
We need to make a theme song. I'm a tip toucher, I swear.
So I have a video. Hold on. No. I know. This is not a joke. So I talked to Ripman Writing about doing a video on my channel of him calling it PPG Serial Tip Toucher, because that dude has touched everybody's tip in this damn sport.
Dude, I call him the aggressor.
So if we're talking about doing it, and he said he's got a ton of video and stuff. What I want to do is get each pilot that he has a video of and have them tell, kind of like in a documentary kind of thing, like, yeah, I was flying along minding my own business and some guy just came out of nowhere and touched my tip.
I love it.
It would be a great video. It'll be a great positive for him, and it'll be a great video. I'm hoping it works out. We'll see in the near future, but I think it would be an awesome, absolute, just have everybody like that's had it happen. Just send a
dude,
video.
no, it'd be awesome. It would be
like
great. Like have somebody like they're fixing to start crying, like, you know, I was just flying through the air, and I was minding my own business, and I looked over, and all of a sudden there's this guy on my left, and my wings all folded in, and I thought I was gonna die.
And then have that ACPT, whatever, the dog rescue people, that music in the background playing.
I still think you need to have him at the end, interview him at the end, ask questions. How does it feel to be a tip toucher and things like that? Like he's an actual, person.
I tell you what, he's touched David Wolf's, right? There's no way he hasn't. So what you do with David Wolf is you silhouette him out, because you got to hide his identity.
There you go.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to hide his identity.
Yeah. I could do that. Each person hide their identity.
Yeah.
Like it's a FBI like investigational thing.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. And
or a news thing.
You could make it real funny. And then like when it came to David Wolf, you could have like the light accidentally come on and you could see him for a second and you turn it off real quick.
Yeah.
No, have him realize the light's on and then just have him go.
Yeah.
And then you can
we can get creative with it, definitely.
Yeah, you can also ask him too. So how many tips have you touched? Just do a complete hardcore interview.
Or you could get, if you could get him live, you could do a what was the guy that used to bust the kids for the child pornography?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, do the Chris Hansen trick on his ass.
Yeah. Have him show up to Palm Bay Field with a 6-pack of Zimas.
There you go. You could also have some people too point him out saying, he touched my tip.
That's the guy.
That's hilarious, you guys.
No,
That's
seriously, I threw this out to him the other day, and I'm hoping that he wants to run with it because it's a super. I think it would be a super great idea. I mean, I'm willing to literally just like put everything together and have him approve it, and then anything he doesn't like, literally just change it.
Say who cares?
Yeah, I think honestly it would be a amazing video.
The aggressive tipper.
It would be fun.
I know Mark said have someone crying, but you need to have the PTSD victim too on there.
Oh yes. Oh,
dude, we could get so creative with it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be something really different.
You could put him at the FBI table with the cigarette and the light shining down, questioning him.
Well,
don't lie to me. I've got numerous. Look at these statements right here.
Yeah.
I have video.
You know how the cheaters, how they run up on the person with the camera?
Yeah.
Being a cheater, you can do it like that.
No, he's a good guy. He's a up and coming new YouTube channel. He's more than I am, but like I am. And I just think he would be, I think the video would do him really well. I think it would do my channel really well as well. And I just think it would be a phenomenal video.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And I don't know John personally. I just know him from meeting him through all the podcasts and our Paramotor Nation and everything. But he seems like he's a really good guy. He always greets us when we come in, and he seems like a good dude. But I've heard the story about his aggressive tip touching.
He was my first one, and I had another one this weekend from Craig Taylor.
I've only had one. It was with a guy, Doug Hargis, and I didn't know he was going to do it. He did kind of do it, John Ripa. I looked over and he just kept getting closer and closer. And after a moment, you figure out that you're fixing to do that, right? Because you're getting closer and closer. And so now you're trying to really steady yourself. The one thing I didn't realize is how bad I was going to feel it when it happened.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Oh, yeah.
What does that feel like when they touch that wing, when you're flying? I'd be freaking out, don't touch my wing.
It was not both times it's happened to me. It's been non-eventful. I haven't felt any change of the wing, no issues, if you will. Craig Taylor apparently took my head bobbing of me jamming to the music as "Come On Over." He kept getting closer and closer, and I'm just
okay, come on.
I'm throwing my legs around. I'm like, yeah, dancing in my seat. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, we're about to touch tips. Okay, stop with the head bobbing and pay attention. This is gonna happen.
Oh, this is really gonna happen.
Mark got nervous a little bit later when he found out that was Doug's first time to do that too. He thought,
wow. So you gotta have some coordination out there when you're
it was zero wind.
Your wings together. I mean, you gotta be careful, right?
You want to do it in zero wind. That's the best time.
I'm just really intrigued by this.
I don't want anyone touching my tip. I don't want anyone near me at all.
Amy, anytime you want to touch my tip, you're more than welcome, girl.
No.
And I mean my wing tip.
I'm going to say a tip virgin. I don't even want my husband near me when I'm in the air by myself.
That's because you're married.
No, I don't. I'm going to be like Elena was in the beginning for flying. Everybody stay away from me. Do not come near me in the air.
No.
I'll tell you what.
I just passed. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Oh, when we went to EFD, that you talk about staying away from everybody. That was my first huge event, and that was freaky because you got 30 or 40 paramotor pilots in the air. I mean, it's like y'all have been to a bunch of events. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You got to keep your head on a swivel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was flying through rotor wash all the time, dude. I hated it. I just finally would get up real high, or I'd just fly off and get away from everybody.
Oh, yeah. Because if you're not comfortable with it, you know, you're going to go like, no, I'm going over here. Thank you. But no. Yeah.
So I was at probably 85 or 90 hours when Rittman came along, and then just under 100 hours when Craig Taylor did it. And I just passed 100 hours on my motor, just outside of 1 year. And I just passed. So I did my 100 hours and my 300th flight all in the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I had, so everybody knows about power lines, and I won't say the pilot's name, but I had a very experienced pilot crash land this weekend. Let's just say the pilot didn't see the power lines until it was too late, and took a hard right into some orange trees and covered this pilot in oranges.
Wow.
Through her prop.
Is this guy okay?
This person is okay.
Good.
I won't tell you if it's male or female, but I will tell you this pilot is okay. They walked away. I landed out and went back and checked on them, make sure that they were good. And
did he hurt any of his gear?
The pilot hurt the prop and the netting, and that was it. Not a scratch on the pilot, and I'm struggling.
I know you are, you butthole. I tried to get you.
So the pilot walked away. There's no damage to the pilot, just a prop and a netting. And we sent two other pilots back to get my vehicle, and they came back, picked us up, and we parted ways at the end of it. There is a video of it owned by this pilot, and I asked this pilot if they would like to come on the show. This pilot said hell no, and may or may not ever release this video, but I'm really thankful that the pilot is okay. And
does this pilot have a YouTube channel or anything?
I don't.
What's his name?
This pilot is unnamed. I don't know.
I can't tell. I don't think a girl would say hell no. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's a dude.
You'd be wrong.
You can say whatever you want. I'm not. Listen, exactly what I told this pilot. I said, this is your story. This is your story to tell. If you want to tell it, great. If you don't, that's your choice. I said, but as someone that's on a show about pilots making mistakes, whether you're new or you're old, meaning you're been into the sport for a while, I think it's a lesson learned. It truly is. We were flying a whole new area. I've never flown out of this. I was flying out of Aviator's airport there, and I was chasing hogs and just low flying over a bunch of fields that I've never been in, which is not my normal technique. Normally I fly over, I spot any power poles or lines, and then I know where to go. I was so mesmerized by how many hogs that we were chasing, allegedly, that I was paying attention to the for power lines, but we went down into this little area. I seen a bunch of turkeys, and it was hilarious because I had a couple of toms in there, and I just kept, as I'm flying, I go, ooh, and then I could see their necks stretch out and do their little gobble thing, and then I do it again, and they do it again, and then we turned around and came back, and I just happened to be in front of some oak trees, so I climbed to the top of the oak trees just to barely skim over top of them. And then when I leveled out, I realized there was power lines. So I pulled up a little higher. I did not realize that the pilot below me was staying below. So I continued forward. Next thing I know, two other guys got on comms, was like, yo, the pilot went down. The pilot went down. I'm like, what? No, that person was right next to me. So I did a hard right, came back, and seen this pilot pulling their wing off of some orange trees. And when I say orange trees, this pilot hit the last orange tree of the row, and this tree is only about 3.5 foot tall. Completely uprooted it. Completely uprooted this orange tree.
Wow.
And was perfectly, I mean, not a scratch on the pilot at all. And very, very thankful.
Was there anybody there to help her get up?
No, she got up. Oh,
Bam! Got him!
You did it.
This is what you call a swerve. This pilot, I'm not going to tell you, I'm honestly not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you if it's a male or female. But I've already said him twice, and you guys have missed it. Just so you know, I've said him twice, and you guys.
He's going back and forth. He's saying he and she and he and she to mess us up. I hear it.
But anyways, I landed out, went over and checked on the pilot, and everything was good. Not a scratch, other than the cage in the prop. But I can tell you that I've never seen it done before. I've never seen an accident, and it really was kind of like a realization, if you will, of, oh shit, that could have been me.
Oh, what?
The realization.
Oh, what?
Realization.
Realization. What did I say?
Realization.
You said the S word. I heard you.
Ah,
Shane? I never said my name. But yeah, I've never experienced it. I've heard about it, but and I didn't actually see this person go down. I just turned around and seen this person getting up and immediately getting their wing off the orange tree. And I was like, man, like all I could think of is I need to get down and get this person some help. Even though I seen them up and moving, I still need to get down there. So I landed. As I'm landing, I'm on comms with everyone. I'm like, dude, am I going into the wind? Like, I need to know because I'm going in. I've already decided this is what's going to happen. And landed out. The other two guys, they said, we're going to go back get the truck. And then came back and picked us up. And I'm really thankful. It was an eye opener for me this weekend. I just not too long ago with the video on Facebook that I posted of the bear, I actually seen a bear from in the air from the Paramotor. And
bear in the air on a Paramotor? That's so cool.
So we actually flew over, and then I went down a little bit further and did a turned around, but I had already flown over these power lines. This is all woods for miles, and there's one house in the middle of nowhere, and there's power lines. And we had seen some deer, so when I was circling back around to go check for the bear again, I was mesmerized about the deer. And then in my video, you just see my feet kick up and the paramotor go like I just try to get everything to go up because I barely, probably within 5 feet of the power lines.
Oh wow.
And I not even 45 seconds, I'd flown over them, knew they were there, seen deer, got caught up on that, and then turned around and was looking, because I don't chase wildlife. If they end up running in front of me, I will turn off. If they, if I come across them, I admire them for a second, and then that's it. I will not chase wildlife. So I turned around, and on the way back, I was looking for them, but I totally forgot about the power lines, and I almost got myself in that. And then to see it actually happen is
scary.
It's eye-opening, because you're like, holy crap, that could have easily been me.
Yeah.
I just watched a Tucker Gott show. He does those crash video compilation videos, and he kind of goes through what happened and everything. Just watched one the other day where these two guys are flying, and they're flying a new area, and you got one guy up kind of high above everything, above the treetops and everything. And then you got this other guy down there flying through the trees and all this. And then all of a sudden you see him and he just starts to turn and you see the spark on the highlights and he runs right into him.
You just saw that?
I just saw that.
You need to get out more often.
I don't want, I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah, I understand. I know. It is 10 o'clock, so I'm going to cut the live stream. We can still talk here afterwards. Everyone that is still listening, I'm surprised, but thank you very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody that donated, appreciate everybody that just was hanging out with us, chatted in the chat, just listened to us, and we don't even know about you. But if you do listen all the way to the very end, and here we are at the very end, email me when you get the chance, of course, ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Let me know that you are here on episode, what is this episode, 55?
55. Right? Yep.
We're on episode 55, season 2, and you listened all the way to the very end, and you enjoyed this podcast. Also, don't forget to run over and give us a 5-star rating, because if you give us a 5-star rating, you are entered into a $50 and a $100 cash drawing, probably around June. So anything that you, if it's on iTunes or paratalk.org, wherever you do, just do a screenshot of your 5-star rating and send it to ppggrandpa@gmail.com. Let me know that you did, and I'll go through the iTunes and I will get everybody's name. We'll put it on the spinning wheel and we'll spin for $50 and $100 cash, probably around June on my birthday. Yes, I was born in June. I'm a Gemini. That's crazy.
I'm a what day's your birthday?
I wasn't going to say it out here. I didn't want everybody to know my birthday. You know what it is. We talked about when you're here.
I can't remember.
Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. We can just,
okay.
Well, hurry up and
lots of cool stuff here in just a moment.
Hey, if you let everybody know when your birthday is, there's no telling what you might get.
I don't want anything. I got more than I could ever handle in life. I love life. Everything is perfect. There's nothing that could be better than you know what? If I won the Mega Millions. Oh, Shane, are you raising your hand?
No, I'm telling you, hurry up.
Oh, he's got some things that he wants to talk about. Apparently.
I want something completely that we've not talked about tonight on the after show.
After show. Okay, we're gonna go to the after show. So right now we're gonna kill the live stream to YouTube. So thank you very much. Anybody out there have any .coms you want to drop or say anything before we head on out?
aeroswagusa.com,
ppggrandpa.com.
Hey, that sounds a lot like mine.
ppgshane.com,
ParamonUSA.com.
Flying Flamingo will have stickers at the next fly-in. Yes, she will. Look at her. She's like, oh my God, look. Ah.
Well, remember, she is paramotorgirl.com.
Amy, you're muted.
Paramotorgirl.com.
Yeah, check out
YouTube.com.
We'll fly.
Will Fly. There you go. We got youtube.com/willfly.
John Wayne, what do you got?
Not a thing, I hope.
.com. Not a thing.com.
I don't got a thing.com.
Hey, Mark, do mine with your DJ voice.
Parachickpies.com.
Well, now it's all the Parachick.
Theparachick.com.
And you got parachick.com too, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm switching everything over to match up the YouTube channel.
There you go. You got lots of parachicks and pies. Oh my.
I'm going to buy myparachick.com.
Hold on. Amy,
what
did you put in your drink tonight?
I knew, Shane. I knew you were going to ask that.
Linda, hold on, Linda. We're waiting for her answer. What did you put in there?
It's green tea.
What's in the? How did you get the green tea in there?
I'm using an organic green tea bag.
That's a tea bag?
Yeah, I'm tea bag. Hey, Shane, I used to play the Call of Duty 4 to de-stress when I taught years ago. I know what tea bagging is. I used to tea bag.
And on that note, thank you for listening to
after show
episode of PPG Grandpa's Paramotor Podcast and PropTV.com. We appreciate your support, and we'll catch you next time on clearproptv.com. Live stream, it's now ended, but we still got the audio. So all you guys that are still listening to the podcast, you're like, what? Still here? Yes, we're still here. Just a quick, brief moment. Hey, is there anything that you want to say? Any joke or anything, just for the people that are listening to the audio podcast, Shane?
Did you
Any
not
joke?
hear the teabag thing?
Yeah, we heard
'Cause
that. Was there any more?
Because it had almost killed me, just so you know.
just a teabag. Just a teabag. All right.
I bet you were shocked to know I used to be a sniper on Call of Duty 4.
Yes, I would not picture you as a gamer, just so you know.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Oh, she plays games all the time, Shane.
No, I loved it. I used to do it so much to de-stress when I come home from work. When Emma Grace was little, I caught her on the bed one time. She goes, "Mama, look." I looked over. She goes, "I'm a sniper." She's doing her elbows because she's.
That's awesome.
And we're we're on the audio part, right? They can't see what you're doing.
Shane can see it. Shane saw the elbows moving like sniping in the game.
All right, we're sniping. All right, guys, thank you for listening. Give me a 5-star rating if you would, please. We definitely appreciate it, and we'll catch you next week on clearproptv.com. Oh, that reminds me, if you type in clearproptv.com, that goes to the newest show that's coming up for the week.
Okay.
Awesome.
Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.
Bye.